Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and right on cue, the train rolls through the north end zone of the historic Tomato Bowl here in downtown Jacksonville. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, Ryan Travis, and Matt Montgomery along with you here on JHS-sports.com for the final home game of the 2021 season. It's senior night, and it's Jacksonville and Whitehouse. And Matt Montgomery, the Fighting Indians, and the Wildcats of Whitehouse both come in with identical 1-7 records. But Whitehouse picked up their first win of the season last week in a surprise against Pine Tree.
Yeah, you know, when people compare ball games and you say, well, this team beat this team, and then, well, wait a minute, this team beat this team, so that means these guys ought to beat these guys by this. That doesn't work. You just can't compare like that. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Pine Tree went to Texas High. I thought it was going to be a big game. Pine Tree doesn't get a first down to the middle of the third quarter. Last week, Jacksonville goes in there. It's 21-7 T-High at halftime, and Jacksonville's driving in after an onside kick, maybe going to make it 21-14. So as you said, Whitehouse did get their first win last week. I don't know how they did it against Pine Tree, a team that we saw here at Tomato Bowl a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They were pretty impressive, and Whitehouse got their first win. And some of that has to do, Aaron, and we'll talk more about this in a little bit. They made some personnel changes, which teams that are 1-7 like Whitehouse is right now, you got to make changes. And they made a change at their quarterback position. That has had quite an impact for Whitehouse. But this is a game that obviously, if you had to pick a rival for Jacksonville, it would be Whitehouse. So close in proximity. They've been in the same district for many, many years. It used to be Palestine, but that game's kind of waned a little bit without being in the same classification of the district. But, you know, this is a game with Whitehouse that, you know, it's been competitive in the past. There's been some years where it wasn't competitive. Both ways. Jacksonville used to dominate Whitehouse. At one point, Jacksonville was leading this series 16-4. Now that series record is closed to 17-12, and still in Jacksonville's favor. But this is a Whitehouse team like Jacksonville that's just had a lot of holes to fill from last year. They just haven't had the things go their way. And their new head coach, Tom Westerberg, he got here late in March. Didn't get the program maybe put in as soon as he wanted to, coming in so late. But this is a team that's on the rise, in my opinion, in Whitehouse. Got a lot of good sub-varsity teams. Jacksonville, they've just got to quit making the mistakes that's getting them out of ball games early. And hopefully in this last home game tonight, senior night, as you said, Aaron, hopefully they can put it together for one last time for the seniors and get a win.
Yeah, you certainly would hope so, Matt. Of course, earlier in the season, Jacksonville did get their first win here at Tomato Bowl since the renovation when they knocked off Hallsville. But, of course, to record a second on the season and a senior night win, and then you add in that it could be a win over Whitehouse. And boy, if you're a senior on this Jacksonville team, especially after the ups and downs, and frankly a lot of downs this season, that'd be a nice way to cap it.
Wayne Coleman told the team in practice this week, if you can't get up for Whitehouse, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you had one game to pick all year long to play your best game, it would be against Whitehouse. And I'm sure that I know that that's what Wayne Coleman and his coaching staff are hoping for tonight. You mentioned Jacksonville's win against Hallsville. Hallsville took care of Whitehouse. So, again, if you think, well, Jacksonville throttled Whitehouse Hallsville, and Hallsville beat Whitehouse. So Jacksonville should win the game. That isn't the way it works.
Yeah, there is no transitive property of football.
Good, like that.
As much as you might
throw a little physics at me there,
yeah,
man. I like that.
As much as you might like to try to work that out, it never works out that way.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. So statistically speaking, this is a Whitehouse team, again, with the 1-7 record like Jacksonville. They're averaging 15 points a game, Aaron, and that was one of the reasons they made a change at quarterback from Joey Conflitti, who started last year against Jacksonville as a sophomore. He was replaced by Josh Green, a sophomore, who will bring a lot of different skill sets, if you will, to Whitehouse's offense, particularly running the football. But you know, through the air, Whitehouse is they're throwing the ball 60% of the time, running the ball 40% of the time, compared to Jacksonville, who's throwing the ball, or actually the total offense. 79% of Jacksonville's total offense is throwing the football. and only 21% is rushing. You got to fix that.
Well, Matt, we're sitting here, of course, in week 9, and we've been talking about that since about week 1 or week 2, that we kept thinking, the balance would come back or would come into play. It just hasn't for Jacksonville.
It just hadn't. They had a couple of injuries. Isaiah Mallard got hurt in week 3 against Henderson. He was slow getting back, and then JT filled in really well in that ball game. Then he was injured. And so Jacksonville's been down to running their Mike linebacker, Darian Hinton, who's a solid running back, but defense is his forte. And, that's just – and then Devin McEwen, they're all everything wide receivers, been getting some reps at running back. Tonight, you're going to see some Wildcat. Tony Pinson, the senior wide receiver defensive back, he's going to be getting some snaps in the backfield. And don't think that he's just going to run the ball every time in that Wildcat. He can also throw the football. He was the starting junior varsity quarterback as a sophomore. So there will be a few more wrinkles tonight for Jacksonville offensively.
And so we're getting closer to kickoff here with Jacksonville and Whitehouse. And Matt will be also bringing our viewers some of the senior night festivities here just a little bit later.
Yeah, and that's something that tradition in a lot of places. We saw that last week in Texarkana when Texas High did senior night. They really do it special here in Jacksonville. They'll have everybody, all the seniors from obviously the football team and obviously the band and the Charmers, but majorettes, trainers, the majorettes. I mean, everybody that's a senior will be honored tonight, which that's a pretty cool deal. Fans, I want to remind you this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Micah Hoffpower. He's the agent for Texas Farm Bureau. Micah can help you with all your life, auto, and homeowners insurance needs. Does a great job, does Micah. We appreciate Micah, class of Jacksonville High School 1998, for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. Aaron, the good news is the wind has kind of died down just a little bit.
Well,
it's been a little rough this week.
It has been, and that, of course, was a big concern coming into this ball game. I'm glad to hear you say that because, boy, if we'd had to play this game yesterday, it would have been wild.
Well, if you look in the south end zone, you can see the flags on the goalpost. We don't have the American flag up yet. They'll do that in a moment. But, they're not really, blowing straight out right now. So on the floor of Tomato Bowl, there's hardly any wind at all. But when the ball gets up, you'll see some of it. But, yeah, it's going to die down maybe to 5 to 10 miles an hour by the middle of the ball game. But perfect weather for football. It's just got that cool, crisp, got the jacket on tonight because it's going to get down in the upper 50s. But it's just a great night for football. Jacksonville offensively, Aaron, I mentioned the differential in Jacksonville's running game and passing game, mainly passing. JT Johnson, still the leading rusher for Jacksonville, 49 carries for 225 yards, and that speaks to the lack of production Jacksonville's had running the football when your leading rusher only has 225 yards. Now, on the Whitehouse side of the coin, their leading rusher is Donovan Robinson. He has 328 yards rushing, and he hasn't scored a touchdown. There's not a scored touchdown this year for Whitehouse's running backs. Out of the backfield, the only guy that scored a touchdown running the ball is that sophomore quarterback, Josh Green. He scored 5 times on the ground. So that's pretty unusual when you don't have a rushing touchdown from your offensive running backs. Jacksonville has several guys that have run for touchdowns out of their offensive backfield, but production-wise, neither team, there's not much to write home about running the football.
Yeah, and again, Matt, we keep talking about, hoping that Jacksonville can find that balance, but I'll tell you a big part of that, is the offensive line play.
Yeah, there's some live stream. Hey, my bad. I need to get out of the way back here.
Yeah, there you go.
We live streamed that. I hope I look good taking that shot when they show that.
Yeah, you can still take a hit.
The hat's still on.
Yeah, there you go.
Took a blind side to the back there.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we were saying.
But yeah, just talking about the Jacksonville offensive line, we're hoping that they would be able to step up and find another level because they've struggled in the run game. Now, Jacksonville, obviously, with the passing they've had, I mean, you're giving Ryan McCowan, generally speaking, enough time to get rid of the ball, but as far as the run fits and the blocking goes.
Yeah, it's been tough, and of course Jacksonville lost Brantley Bauer, the senior center. He will not be playing tonight. He's out for the last 2 ball games. and so he's out. And so Aiden Gay is going to be doing double time over there at center in his defensive tackle position. You might see Luke Cundiff snap the ball some as well. So as far as time goes for Ryan McCown, he's had some moments where he was able to stay in the pocket, but all in all, Ryan he's moving the pocket sometimes more than maybe he needs to. And the coaching staff would really like him to get rid of the ball quicker and not have to run it. But Ryan is such a playmaker, he's just trying to make a play. And a lot of times he does. And I tell you what Ryan did such a great job of last week, in my opinion, in that loss. He threw the football away 8 times. And that's something that a quarterback has to learn, and it's a very important part of your game, is to know, hey, this play's dead. To live for another play, I got to throw it away. And he did that very well last week. But Jacksonville's got to be able to run the ball tonight better against Whitehouse, a defensive front line that is not near as good, in my opinion, in looking at teams that they played: Nacogdoches, Pine Tree, Texas High, Marshall. Whitehouse isn't as good as those guys up front. So, hey, maybe Jacksonville will get a chance to run the ball better.
Yeah, you hope so, and also hope that Jacksonville's lack of depth doesn't kind of come back to bite them in that situation. We talked about that in the pregame. Well, Jacksonville's just thin at the skill positions.
They are, and you know, they lost Jermaine Taylor in Week 5 against Marshall. That was a hard thing because he was also a starting linebacker for Jacksonville, which, by the way, we may see Jermaine next week against Mount Pleasant in the final. Not sure yet. He's got to go get checked out this week, but it is possible. You know, defensively for Jacksonville, they, again, as you said, very thin. Started the season pretty much trying to have everybody go one way. That's out the door. I mean, about Week 5, the injury started, and some of the guys may not have been ready for varsity football. And you got to have your Devin McEwens out there, and you got to have Calvin Bryan out there going both ways. And now Darian Hinton is having to play running back and linebacker. Isaiah Mallard's going to play some in the secondary tonight, also on offense. So you're just going to – this is a Jacksonville team that, hey, they're 17, 18 years old, Aaron. They should be able to go both ways. I mean, this is not college of the NFL. You're in shape, buddy. You're young. You can go both ways.
Yeah, and they've had to do that. And you've seen those guys step up. Darian, of course, is one that you mentioned that was not expected to go both ways, but it's been next man up in terms of the running back situation. So he's stepped up there. But yeah, you just hope Jacksonville can stay healthy. Obviously playing for pride at this point, but hey, who better to play for pride against than Whitehouse?
Oh, man, I mean, if you can't get up for Whitehouse.
Yeah,
exactly
like
Wayne
Coleman said. If I told you how
much I don't like Whitehouse, I just got a text from one of our weekly viewers, Pastor Darren Wood at First Baptist Midland. He used to be here, of course, and he said, did I mention how much I don't like Whitehouse? And we mean that lovingly. There's good people in Whitehouse.
Sure there are.
It's just a rivalry. So that's the way that
absolutely.
goes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's about 10
not really, but I'll go ahead and go with that. So.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, it's about 10 till 7, and we do want to bring you the senior night festivities, and so we'll go ahead and bring it back up into the booth and get smoke signals queued up to hear from head coach Wayne Coleman. Of course, smoke signals and all of our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman are sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry. That's Dr. Larry Folden, Dr. Brad Westbrook, and Dr. Charlie Stocks, and we'd like to thank them for sponsoring all of those conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman. And now, here's smoke signals.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach Wayne Coleman. Jacksonville on the road last week at Grimm Stadium, or Tiger Field at Grimm Stadium, where they played the Texas High Tigers. Coach, this is a number 7 ranked team in the state of Texas, but the final score just wasn't really indicative of how well you guys played. You're down 21-7 at the half, and started to make it interesting when you got the onside kick.
The kids just played their tails off. I'm really proud of them. The score doesn't indicate how well we played, especially on special teams and defense. They've got a great defense. We knew that going in. We knew it was going to be a struggle offensively, and the game kind of, played the way we thought it would play. We needed to take some deep shots. And it was, I'm proud of the kids.
Defensively, the defensive line probably played, I would say, their best game. Stewart, the running back coming into the ball game, I don't think he had a game where he had less than 100 yards. He only finished with 80. You bottled him up pretty good. And then toward the end of the game, I think they got a lot of their running yards just when things were kind of unwinding. But that first half, your D-line really played well.
Those kids have been getting better all year, and that's, to be honest, that's the position we have the most depth at on the team. And we knew coming into the season that just when you look out at the practice field and you look at, well, there's the skill kids and there's the line kids, it was the first time we've ever had more line kids than skill kids. And so we knew we had depth on the defensive line. And those kids have just continued to get better all year.
Yeah, offensively, like you said, you took some shots downfield. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. You got some bad calls that didn't go your way. It's just, this district, it's a difficult district to run the ball against, and your team showed that Friday night. But, boy, their defense was everything you thought they were going to be.
Super athletic. So I've got some Division I players over there. They run around, they chase the ball really well. But it's kind of interesting that the year of our defensive line being as improved as it is, everybody else is the same way.
Let's take a look at the highlights. Jacksonville versus Texas High. So here's Coda with a little strip sack fumble, and Aiden helps him out.
Yeah, Coda had a big game.
And this is that great catch by Devin. And by the way, there's nobody downfield on this call. So, but what a catch.
Yeah, the linesman got a little confused there. I think he was anticipating someone being downfield, but they weren't.
Now this one did count. This is 47 yards, Ryan to Devin.
Great movement in the pocket by Ryan. And, of course, Devin is his money if you can get the ball to him there.
Here's Darian doing double duty, punching it in.
Darian ran really hard, played a great game defensively, and did a great job pass protection also.
And this is the onside kick I referred to. I mean, you got it right here, played well, bounced off his chest, boom, you're right there.
Yeah, the kids, we've been waiting on that all year. We finally got that ball to drop right there.
Well, Texas High had a hard time blocking Devarian Boyd right here, and all night, really.
Yeah, he played more plays Friday night than he has all year, and he's really coming on.
Here's a nice pressure by Aiden Gay, and look at this athletic interception here.
I still don't know how Tony made that play. We've watched it from every angle. It's an incredible play by Tony Pinson. So,
Coach, obviously you don't get the win, but still a lot to look at and say, man, our team fought hard.
We've gotten so much better on defense just in the last 3 or 4 games, and that's against a quality opponent. That's not, playing a team with a bad record or somebody that doesn't run the ball. These guys, Texas High wants to run the ball, and we played really well up front. We can't pat ourselves on the back too much. We got to get back to work and get ready for Whitehouse. They want to run the ball, and they've started to, they're feeling good about themselves now.
Yeah, Whitehouse comes to Tomato Bowl Friday night, and as you said, they've made a few tweaks on their offense. They're starting to score more, move the ball a little bit better. Talk about what Whitehouse does offensively.
They've made a change at quarterback. They had a new quarterback in there. He runs the ball really well, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to win the time of possession. They want to keep the ball away from you, and they're still playing sound defense. I think they've only given up 30 points one time this year. So defensively, they're as sound as they've always been.
Talk about how you will attack them defensively. I mean, obviously, they've struggled defensively. I mean, they've won one game this year, but haven't given up a lot of points, as you just said. But what do they do defensively that you're going to try to attack offensively?
Well, they don't give up the big play. They do a really good job of making you grind it out and, make you run 10 or 12 plays trying to score. And so in running the ball, you're going to have to be patient, be happy with 4 yards. And then in the passing game, they're not going to let the ball get behind them. So we're going to have to be patient in the passing game also.
Matchup-wise, and when we talked about the play of the D-lines in this district, how does Whitehouse rank as far as their defensive line?
They graduated a bunch of kids off of defense last year. They play really great technique on their defensive line, and they always have. I mean, as long as I can remember, they cross-face on down blocks. They just do a great job with their defensive front. they're going to be they're going to be in the upper half, defensive front wise, I would say, in our district. They've made changes on their defensive positions also in the secondary and at linebackers. So they're looking for answers, and they're starting to find some.
Coach, at this point of the year, what do you? Obviously, you want to get the win because, I mean, mathematically, you are not out of the playoff race. I mean, it still could happen. You'd need some help. So going into this ball game right here, the last home game, it's senior night, a lot of distractions. How do you keep your team focused on the ultimate goal, which may or may not happen, but it's still possible?
No, we're just focused on every practice, every day, trying to get better, fix our weaknesses, and it's Whitehouse week, so we don't need any more motivation than that. Them coming at this time of the season is a good time because it's a good rivalry, and we want to play those guys.
Talk about keys to the game to get the win against Whitehouse.
We did a pretty good job of taking care of the ball last week, and the score doesn't indicate that, but we need to do that. Whitehouse has done a really good job of taking care of the football this year. It's going to be hard to win the turnover battle against them. They don't throw it around a lot, so there's less chances for them to make mistakes. We got to keep playing sound defensively, and offensively, can we finish drives? We got in the red zone last week and didn't finish a drive, and we've done that a few times this year. So once we get there this week, we've got to finish.
Coach, I've noticed this football team and going to practice and watching them, and you commented on this yesterday about how these kids just keep coming back. I mean, a lot of times when you get to this point of the season with one win, the wheels start falling off and kids start, drifting in. But this team's kind of holding it together. They
are. These kids have been through the toughest parts. They've really been through the grind. They're not going to quit this close to the end of the season. They're going to keep going. You've got to have a little bit of character in you to still be coming out there every day.
Yeah. Appreciate All Smiles Dentistry for sponsoring all of our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman. It's Jacksonville versus Whitehouse at Tomato Bowl here on senior night. Kickoff coming up at 7:30.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday, Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville for Senior Night 2021. Jacksonville and Whitehouse. And Matt, as you can see, the seniors and families getting lined up down in the south end zone, about to get the festivities underway here, and looks like a big group.
Go, man. Yeah, the football team now, seniors just now heading down their way, and you can see it's a small senior class just walking by right there. Last count, there was only 12 seniors on this varsity. So, and this is this is a special night, not just for the players, but for the parents and the grandparents, and we'll have a larger crowd here tonight, of course, for this, and it's just kind of a bittersweet night, if you will. Some of the band members, they've been marching on this field since they were freshmen. And this will be the last time they march on it, and the last time the players play on it, the twirlers twirl on it. So yeah, it's kind of a like I said, a bittersweet night. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun too. It's one of those where you want to, you're going to remember it, and obviously for the football team, you get a shot at Whitehouse.
Yeah,
here tonight. So
that's as somebody, and I know Todd and Ryan. I know you. I mean, you remember your last game at Tomato Bowl. I do, and we won, and you remember that. And so that's the feeling that you want to get leaving Tomato Bowl is that, yep, won my last game there. That's what you want to feel like. So they got their work cut out for them tonight. This is a Whitehouse team that has really improved, particularly since they changed at quarterback to Josh Green, the sophomore. He will zone read tonight. He will keep the football. He's the second leading rusher for Whitehouse, and he's only been playing starting quarterback for, I think this will be his fourth game as the starter. So when that change was made, you saw Whitehouse's offense slowly creep up, but it's still an offense that's only averaging 15 points per game. And, of course, Jacksonville is averaging about 23 points a game. And, again, when you get those averages and stuff, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But after, 8 ball games, it does start to kind of make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, we know at this point Jacksonville can score. The question is, can they keep Whitehouse out of the end zone? And, of course, like you said, the Whitehouse offense a little less prolific, but Jacksonville's still going to have their work cut out for them, especially against Josh Green, who does bring a different look to this offense.
Yeah, and defensively for Whitehouse, they, as I said earlier, their front guys are not nearly as strong. Of course, I say that, watch them be all world tonight, but they aren't nearly as strong as what Jacksonville's offensive line has been against in the past several weeks. So maybe that plays in Jacksonville's favor in maybe rushing the football. But we'll see, because as we've seen before, man, when you sit there and try to do all this analysis before the games and then the game's over, you're going, what happened? I mean, some of that stuff just goes out the window. Fans, this part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by our good friend Micah Hoffpower, Texas Farm Bureau. Micah can help you with your life, auto, and homeowners insurance needs. Call Micah Hoffpower at Texas Farm Bureau, JHS class of 1998. We thank Micah and Texas Farm Bureau for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff now, as the seniors and their parents and family members and uncles and aunts and grandmothers and little brothers and sisters start making their way out on the field. Aaron, I tell you what, let's just come back up to the booth and we'll listen to our PA announcer, because we want our viewers to soak all this senior night in, because we also like to go back home and click on our YouTube channel and watch it when they get home.
Sounds good. Let's enjoy Senior Night 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is senior night at Jacksonville High School. Tonight we honor the senior Fighting Indians. Our first group of seniors for the 2020-2021 senior year, Indian football players, number 3, J.T. Johnson, escorted by Jamie Johnson and Christy Johnson. Number 5, Isaiah Mallard, escorted by O.J. and Cynthia Mallard, Samuel Mallard, and Kaylee Dry. Number 11, Tony Pinson, escorted by Byron and Rachel McEwen. Number 16, Camontrian Woods, escorted by Diana Simon and Kalisha Wickware. Number 24, Darian Hinton, escorted by Sean and Sharonda Hinton. Number 35, Cody Vaness, escorted by Andrew Smith, Ronald, and Melissa Vaness. Number 44, Kellyanne McCullough, escorted by Sonia McCullough, Kaylin, and Kaylin. Number 55, McKeelan Horn, escorted by Ken Horn, Brittany Garner and Timothy Wagner. Number 61, Billy Bateman, escorted by Billy and Sheila Bateman. Number 71, Aiden Gay, escorted by Bruce, Tammy, and Emily Gay. Number 72, Brantley Bauer, escorted by Bart, Dawn, Braden, and Brianna Bauer. And number 88, Matthew Blankenship, escorted by Garrick and Aaron Blankenship. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-2021 Fighting Indians. Next group to honor is our 2021 senior trainers. Mia Contreras, escorted by Marcella, Andrus Jr., and Angel Contreras.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey,
y'all good? All right, big night, man.
Don't anybody in here.
Oh no, you're good. You gonna sneak back, huh?
Nope.
No, they're in Shepherd.
Oh,
Next
wow.
is Eric Garcia, escorted by Lupe and Eddie Garcia. Next is Diamond Jaramillo, escorted by Rudy and Jenna Jaramillo, Amir Hill, and Dominique Bowens. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-2021 senior trainers. Our next group of seniors are your 2020-2021 cross-country runners. George Harrington, escorted by George and Jennifer Harrington. Kevin Nava, escorted by Amelia Ramirez and Jay Martinez. Miguel Pinuelas, escorted by Miguel and Olivia Pinuelas. Eric Ruiz, escorted by Nora Ruiz. Alexia Davis, escorted by Maribel Carrion, Laura Carrion, and Alyssa Davis. Taylor Gutierrez, escorted by Roberto Gutierrez. Michelle Medellin, escorted by Sofia Sandoval, Marlene, Alexa, and Alexis Medellin. And lastly, Madison Saltanova, escorted by Kaylin Saltanova, Tracy, Miguel, Hannah Gonzalez, and Trey Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-2021 cross-country seniors.
My footage is going to my SD card. Yeah, but later I'll
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
At this time, we are proud to present our 2021-2022 Senior Charmer and Band Seniors. Senior cheerleader Raina Chandler is escorted by her parents Jeremy and Laura Hendrick. Raina is a 4-year member of the Jacksonville cheerleading program. Senior varsity cheerleading captain Ella Gumney is escorted by her parents Keith and Tanita Gummy. Ella is a 4-year member of the Jacksonville cheerleading program. Senior varsity cheerleading captain Keely Johnson is escorted by her mom Victoria Gray and grandfather Kirk Berry. Keely is a 4-year member of the Jacksonville cheerleading program. Senior charmer, Senior Lieutenant Cynthia Espinoza is escorted by her parents, Rosalinda Escalera and Jose Juarez. She is a 2-year member of the Cherokee Charmers and a member of the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. Senior charmer Josephine Hubbard is escorted by her parents, Nanny and Dawn Lee. She is a 2-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Charmer Sergeant Dixie Lopez is escorted by her mother, Irma Duenas. She is a 2-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Charmer Sergeant Lizbeth Muniz is escorted by her parents, Michaela and Sebastian Muniz. She is a 2-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Charmer Head Sergeant Sitlali Rincon is escorted by her parents, Alicia and Juan Rincon. She is a 3-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Charmer Captain Brittany Samaniego is escorted by her parents, Rosita Samaniego and Isidro Levia. She is a 4-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Edgar Samaniego is escorted by his parents, Rosita Samaniego and Isidro Leva. He is a 1st-year escort for the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Sivin Du is escorted by his parents, Trang Win and Kevin Du. He is a 1st-year escort for the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Juan Lopez is escorted by his parents, Patricia and Hermes Lopez. He is a 1st-year member of the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Elijah Lozano is escorted by his parents, Beatrice Rios and Adam Lozano. He is a 1st-year escort for the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Kevin Mina is escorted by his parents, Nora and Everardo Mina. He is a 1st-year escort for the Cherokee Charmers. Senior Escort Caden Singleton is escorted by his mother, Kim Singleton. He is a 1st-year escort for the Cherokee Charmers. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior Cherokee Charmers. Liliana Aguilera is escorted by her parents, Victor and Maria Aguilera, and sisters. Yvette Aguilera is escorted by her parents, Maria and Jose Luis Aguilera. Jeanette Aguilera is escorted by her parents, Maria and Jose Luis Aguilera. Ramiro Alvarez is escorted by his dad, Sacramento Alvarez, and is a member of the loading crew. Head Drum Major Jose Angel Sanchez is escorted by his parents, Rosa Maria and Jose Angel Sanchez. Angel has been a baritone section leader and after high school plans to become a band director. Molly Bentoski is escorted by her parents, Michelle and David Bentoski, and brothers. Molly is a member of the loading crew and a French horn section leader. Dariana Botello is escorted by her parents, Valeriano and Gilda Botello, and her siblings. Lionel Botello is escorted by his parents, Maria and Luis Botello. He is a senior baritone section leader and a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Julissa Cabrera is escorted by her mom, Susana Galvan, dad, Carlos Aguilera, and sister. She is a trombone section leader. Cynthia Castillo is escorted by her parents, Ruth and Bonnie Castillo. Anaí Castro is escorted by her parents, Rachel and Angel Castro, and sister. Ricardo Chavez Jr. is escorted by his mom, Veronica Chavez, sister, and picture of his late grandmother, Domelita Calderon. Ricardo is the tuba section leader, a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Delilah Diaz is escorted by her mom, Gloria Ibarra, and family. Julie Dickey is escorted by her mom and dad, Linda and Sean Dickey. She is a clarinet section leader, a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Emma Dorman is escorted by her parents, James and Shannon Dorman, and brother. She is a French horn section leader and a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Abigail Fagg is escorted by her parents, Jennifer and Mike Terry. She is a drumline section leader. Jocelyn Guerrero is escorted by Roberto, Rico, and Shania Guerrero. Nestor Guevara Soto. He is escorted by his dad, Elias Guevara, and mom, Teresa Guevara Soto. He is a member of the loading crew. Marco Hernandez. He is escorted by his brother and sister, Adrian and Andrea Hernandez. He is a trombone section leader. Angela Hernandez is escorted by her mom, Monica Malaganes, and brother. She is a baritone section leader. Kadesha Kincaid is escorted by her mom, Sanitha Foreman, and siblings. She is a clarinet section leader and twirler. Frankie Lara is escorted by his parents, Maggie and Pablo Lara. Kristen Gonzalez is escorted by her parents, Alfredo and Edith Gonzalez, and is a drumline section leader. Isabel Marquez. She is escorted by Les Royan. David Maldonado is escorted by parents Frankie and Miranda Maldonado and his siblings. He is a drumline section leader. Javier Mariquin is escorted by his dad, Javier Mariquin, mom Francisca Rojas, and his siblings. Aubrey McCowan is escorted by her parents, Stacy and Ward McCowan. She is a trumpet section leader, a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Giovanni Morales is escorted by his parents, Maria and Antonio Morales, and is a saxophone section leader. Crystal Morales is escorted by her parents, Alejandro and Victoria Morales. She is a flute section leader, a member of the loading crew and uniform crew. Carla Morales is escorted by her brother, Antonio Morales and Rosa Cardenas. Sergio Morales is escorted by his parents, Jose and Maria Morales. Braden Murphy is escorted by his parents, JJ and Amy Murphy, and is a trumpet section leader and member of the uniform crew. Jonathan Perez is escorted by his parents, Valeriano and Veronica Perez, and is a member of the uniform crew. Hayden Pogue is escorted by his parents, Brandon and April Pogue, and is the pit section leader. Elizabeth Rios is escorted by her mom, Maria Valdera, dad, Sergio Rios, and family. Jessica Rogelio is escorted by her parents, Oliverio and Aurora Rogelio. Sarai Saldana is escorted by her parents, Sarah and Augustin Saldana, and sister. Vanessa Sanchez is escorted by her parents, Juana and Ignacio Sanchez. Vanessa is a clarinet section leader and the head majorette. Madison Sultanova is escorted by her mom and stepdad, Tracy and Miguel Gonzalez, and her siblings. Madison is a flute section leader and first lieutenant of the majorettes. Laureen Ugbebor is escorted by her mom, Mary Ugbebor, and siblings. She is a drumline section leader. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 senior band, charmers, and cheerleaders.
How about those band seniors, Matt? That's a big group.
I'm getting there, Aaron. I had to pick up the mic. Yeah, that is a large group, no doubt about it. Boy, I tell you, Donnie Barrier's built quite the band program at Jacksonville High School. Not just the high school, all the way down to Nichols Intermediate, and starts getting those young students at the intermediate school involved in band. And he walks them right up. And boy, they've had a heck of a week going to state this week for marching band contest. Saw them leaving the other day. I think it was Tuesday afternoon. Saw them heading out in the buses when I was at practice, and haven't heard those results yet. I'm sure we'll hear them soon. But yeah, no doubt, what a huge number of students in the band as we get set for kickoff. Fans, this part of our countdown to kickoff, including senior night, brought to you by Gene Brumelo, JHS class of 1967, and his daughter Ann Farmer, class of 2006. We appreciate Gene and Ann of the South Jackson Dairy Queen on Highway 69 South for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff, a very special part with senior night here at Tomato Bowl. Still waiting for teams now to come out on the field, Aaron. Whitehouse is getting out now and getting ready to go through their run through, and Jacksonville now makes their way out of their home dressing room. So running a little bit late tonight with senior night, but with that many, man, you're just trying to get all those kids introduced, and what a great night it was for sure.
Yeah, definitely, Matt, and you want to give everybody their recognition, and it's great to see that. So, as you said, maybe a few minutes later, getting things kicked off, but we'll be ready to go here shortly. It's Jacksonville and Whitehouse. Glad you're with us on JHS-sports.com or across all of our social media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, or is it Meta? I don't know. I can't keep up.
How long is that that's not gonna stick. I'm sorry. I don't know what he's thinking. Man. Who knows? Jacksonville now getting ready to come out as we ponder the mindset of Silicon Valley. Not sure what those guys are thinking sometimes.
It's a bit like trying to do that transitive property of high school football we were talking about earlier. Sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense.
You just had to get that one in, didn't you?
That's it.
I like that. That's good. That's good. Hey, there's my referee buddy right there. All right, give me some calls. Don't make me come over and talk to you. I don't want to do that. Get a little bit crazy on Whitehouse night. We're kicking. Wayne Coleman just gave me the sign there. So you won the toss? You won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half as Jacksonville. And again, Aaron, the good news, we talked about this earlier, the wind has died down even more than what it was when we talked about it about 30, 40 minutes ago. So it's just a perfect night for football. And now the Jacksonville High School Band, the seniors are back in place. Here's the Jacksonville school song. I'm not sure who the choreographer is for pregame, but
they're a little hyped up tonight.
we may have to check in with that choreographer. The team came out just a little bit earlier, Aaron, than what they were supposed to. There's the fight song, but the Fighting Indians are already on the field. All right, it's handshake time. Let's try to make these things work this time.
So Matt getting in his traditional pregame handshakes.
Let's go, baby. Give me some. Here we go. Let's go, seniors. Let's go. Come on, baby.
It's a big part of it. If you're a fighting Indian, certainly if you're a fighting Indian senior tonight, get your handshake from Matt Montgomery.
Give me some. Here we go. Hey, let's go, Darren. Come on, let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on, let's go, baby. All right, that's enough babies.
All right.
Got enough babies in there.
And the Wildcats have made their way out as we'll get ready for the national anthem.
Well, let's see here. Captains now they're, I don't know, this thing's a little bit like that they're going to come out, but I thought the national anthem, let's see if they're going to do that first before captains. They typically do, so let's see what they do. Again, who's choreographing this thing? We got to get a choreographer in this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Here it comes.
As we honor our country and those who protect our freedoms both at home and abroad. Please join the Jacksonville High School choir members, Ramiro Alvarez, Sammy Beal, Matthew Blankenship, Ruby Castillo, Emma Dorman, Juliana Dublin, Cambrian Hinton, Megan Holliday, Alexis Mendoza Sanchez, Nadia Nouveau, Caden Singleton, Hannah Starling, and Dane Trent, under the direction of the Jacksonville High School choir director, Tiffany Hammock, as they sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Jacksonville High School Choir, what a job there with the national anthem. That was beautiful. So we're getting ready to go here. The last home game for Jacksonville, playing Whitehouse. The captains now will come out to midfield. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, the coin has already been tossed, and Jacksonville won the toss, and they will defer to the second half.
Whitehouse Wildcats, number 4, Joey Conflitti, number 5, Jaden Brandon, number 6, Samuel Cook, and number 10, Jacarian State.
Yeah, Jaden Brandon, one of the White House captains, Matt, he's the guy that put a good little shot on you in the pregame warm-up.
He did. I got to go check that out on our YouTube channel and see if I was able to hold up very well and see if the hat shook a little bit. But, yeah, they just kind of ran up on me. Didn't see him, and that's one of the hazards of working sideline football games. With the microphone in your hand when you have your back. You know, you've seen all those YouTube videos where they show the funny things where people get run over and stuff. Well, that didn't happen. I stood my ground. I didn't go down.
You did.
I stayed up. So there's the toss of the coin, and, of course, Jacksonville was going to take the football. They're going to be going from left to right, as one of those captains for Whitehouse is the son of athletic director Adam Cook, who many remember was the head coach for Whitehouse for many years, including the Patrick Mahomes years, at least his senior year. Of course, he was on staff there. His son's a cornerback for Whitehouse, as Jacksonville will be kicking again. The flags on the flagpole, Aaron, are blowing a little bit out of the north. But, again, on the field, I don't think it's going to be an issue unless maybe a punt or something gets up in there. But, boy, it has really died down from what we've seen the last couple of days, hasn't it?
It certainly has. I mean, I was almost blown over 3 or 4 different times yesterday.
So we're set to go. Jackson will send out sophomore Jordan Cabrera to kick off in the last home game for Jacksonville as they say goodbye to all the seniors tonight on senior night. They're hoping to make it special, this Fighting Indian football team, not just for their seniors on the team, but for all the other seniors and all the other parts of Jacksonville High School celebrating here tonight. We're set to go. Glad you're with us. And here's Aaron Swink.
It's a short pop-up kick to the near side. The fair catch is called for and made. at about the 36-yard line of Whitehouse. That's where they'll take over.
So we will most likely see number 12, Josh Green, 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore at the quarterback position for Whitehouse as he does come out. In the backfield will be Donovan Robinson, their leading rusher with 338 yards in the first 8 ball games.
Whitehouse will run a shotgun set, much like the Fighting Indians. They'll have 2 receivers on the left side. They'll throw a screen pass that way. And Jacksonville with good pursuit.
Jermod McCoy makes the catch, and Cash Bearden and Dylan Roberts come over to make the tackle. Second down and about 6 on the 4-yard pickup, just underway here at Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville, Whitehouse. This rivalry is not that long compared to Palestine and Henderson, but it's an intense one.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff straight ahead is to Robinson. He gets a few.
And again, Jacksonville has played really well in the defensive front, especially against Texas High last week. And it's funny, but you would think Texas High with that dominant offensive line would have really just pounded Jacksonville, but really they didn't. Jacksonville did a nice job with their just filled the gap and had nice run fits. So it's 3rd and 5 now for the Cats.
Jacksonville looking for a big stop here on this first drive for Whitehouse.
Should be procedure.
Whistles blow. It should be.
Yeah, I'll
get
make
the
it.
Call.
It's going to be procedure against Whitehouse. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10. And that was going to be a keeper by Josh Green, who coming into the ball game, he has over 300 yards rushing in his 4 starts. And again, he is the only Whitehouse backfield member, if you will, at the quarterback position who has a rushing touchdown with 5. Nobody else does. So that tells you that Whitehouse has been struggling running the football in 2021, as has Jacksonville.
2-back look. Now they're going to move a man from the right to the left. They'll throw out to the left. The screen is set up. It's a good one. First down yardage and a whole lot more. Barring any flags, this is a touchdown.
It's Reed Alexander for 63 yards. Just a screen pass and good blocking by Whitehouse on the flank. And Reed Alexander, their leading receiver, he takes it 63 for the Whitehouse score on their 3rd offensive play of the game. Wow.
Now the extra point attempt is brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. And the kick is on the way and good. So with 10:32 to go first quarter, the score, Whitehouse 7, Jacksonville coming up. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
And we're back at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Whitehouse leading 7-0 with a quick strike scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 3-play drive, covered 63 yards. A long touchdown pass. Finishing with a touchdown, making Wildcats 7, Indians 0.
Castillo.
Nice catch and run. Yeah, out over the 40 to go to get Jacksonville started.
So Jacksonville gets good field position on that Castillo return. You know, he caught it kind of up around his helmet, kind of awkwardly, and then I thought, oh, no, and he tucked it away and gets a nice run back. So Jacksonville gets good field position at their 39. So here's Ryan McCowan. He'll be joined in the backfield by Darian Hinton, who has stepped up the last few weeks with the injuries to tote the rock for Jacksonville offensively.
2 Indian receivers on the left side of the formation, 1 on the right. Whistle blows.
Now what?
Procedure against Jacksonville.
Number 78, 5-yard penalty.
Oh, man. How's that? How do you get that on that first play right there? They're going to get Alexis Martinez movement. So 1st and 15, not a good start.
Same look, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Handoff is to Hinton. He's got a little room to run up the middle, still on his feet, and finally tripped up as he gets out over the 45.
Yeah, lost the ball, but he hit the ground, Aaron, and he just couldn't keep that balance. If he could just get one more step underneath himself, man, he would have been still rolling. Picks up a huge gain right there of 12, so it's 2nd and 3 now.
So now McCowan, he's got 2 receivers on his right, but he's got 1 man on his left. It's Devin McEwen, and Devin can't quite haul it in.
Well, that's a good throw by Ryan McCown. I mean, he floated it out there, and Devin just didn't look back quickly enough. I mean, just a nice throw to the outside, keeping it away from the corner where he couldn't get it. And by the time Devin turned around, the ball was already coming down, and he just couldn't get turned around to get his hands on it. So 3rd and 3 now for Jacksonville.
Now McEwen's in motion from the left to the right. Timeout is called.
Wow. Early timeouts.
Yep, and we'll take it with them. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 3rd down and 3 for the Fighting Indians. Ball sitting on the Jacksonville 46-yard line. Indians looking to extend the drive as McCowan keeps. He's going to run right, looking for the sticks. Has he got the Bill McCray Ford first down? Yes, he does.
Boy, Ryan just was fortunate right there that he didn't string that out too far. You know, he doesn't run with the ball that much, but tonight we knew coming into the game that he was going to do that. Man, he just got a knife up in there, Aaron, and that's something he'll learn how to do. When you go lateral east and west like that, they're going to run you down. And he just, again, not criticizing him. He did get the Bill McCray Ford first down, but it was closer than it should have been. Just knife up in there, man. First down, Jacksonville, though.
Ball out to the 48-yard line. And a new set of downs here for the Indians. McCowan fakes a handoff, keeps now going to run up the middle. He's over midfield and into Wildcat territory.
Yeah, that was not a designed run like the last play was. He was looking for a quick toss to Pinson, and it wasn't there. The corner jumped the route, and that was his only progression. So Ryan did the smart thing, picks up 5, 2nd down, and 5 now at the 47 of Whitehouse.
We'll go under the 9-minute mark as the ball is snapped on this play. 2 Indian receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. The H-back, Walker, is on the left. There are 2 backs. Now, McCowan under pressure, got to run away from it, and he cannot.
The pocket collapsing on McCowan, and again, just Jacksonville struggling with pocket protection. They do a decent job when the pocket's moving and getting Ryan out of the pocket, but that straight drop back like that, I mean, he's got to take 2 steps and throw the ball, and he just didn't do it. Loses 5, 3rd and 10.
So the Indian receivers will go 2 by 2. The ball's on the left hash and just back into Jacksonville territory. McCowan, a little bit of time, can load this up. A deep ball looking for McEwen. He underthrows him, and the result is an interception.
Well, McEwen got tangled up down there with the cornerback. Not interference. He just tried to cut in front of him to get to the football. Free safety coming over the top. That's not one of those balls that you can float. those are those ones that you've got to throw between the safety and the corner once the corner's beat. And Devin McEwen didn't beat the corner. Brian floats it up there just hoping that his athletic receiver McEwen can make a play. He does not. So Jacksonville with the first turnover of the ball game on the pick gives the ball to Whitehouse at their own 16.
And so Green back to work for the Wildcats. The ball in the air down this right side. It's a deep ball and it's incomplete.
That's a good call. Interference.
Interference. The flag comes out as Calvin Bryant.
Yeah, that was interference. I mean, you can face guard, but as the receiver was turning to try to get the ball, number 81 right there, that's Eric Hahn, and Calvin Bryant just ran into him. It's a good call. They'll check him out and put Isaiah in. You know, Calvin Bryant is not a natural cornerback. He's playing there out of necessity. I mean, he's really a linebacker type. So he's had a few calls in the pass interference category go against him this year. So first down Whitehouse now.
Two receivers left, one right now, man in motion. The pitch is to him, end around on the left side. And picks up a few, does McCoy.
Nice tackle by Kendrick. Xavier Kendrick, the sophomore, 5'10", 170. Last week's Dark Chiropractic Bone Crusher Hitter of the Week against Texas High. Makes a nice open field tackle, but not before Donovan Robinson picks up 5. Second and 5 for Whitehouse.
Handoff this time is fake. The keeper with Green, and he'll pick up first down yardage out to the Jacksonville the Whitehouse 47.
And you see why Tom Westerberg, the head coach for Whitehouse, made that quarterback switch 3 weeks ago, because of that zone read ability right there by his sophomore quarterback, Josh Green, doing a nice zone read fake, keeps it for the first down to the 47 of Whitehouse.
7 minutes and counting. Left side throwing screen set up here. Jacksonville all over this one.
Yeah, they really did a nice job closing on that, did Jacksonville.
Tackle made by number 7, Dylan Roberts.
And Roberts coming up making a nice open field tackle. So Fighting Indians will bring Braylon Jackson down immediately after the catch. Actually a loss of 1 on the play, so nice tackle for a loss there, a little TFL for Dylan Roberts of Jacksonville.
So second down and 11. This time Green looks right, throws, got a man. Jacksonville had a shot at him, missed the first tackle
on
Alexander.
Isaiah Mallard just didn't wrap up. I mean, just kind of ran up there and didn't finish the tackle. If he does, it's only about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Instead, it turns into a 4 yard gain, 3rd and 3.
So with that, the Wildcats advance to the Jacksonville 46 yard line. And 3rd and short now, and the handoff goes to Robinson left side. Check that. Green with the keeper. Jacksonville
strings it out nicely.
Able to keep him from turning the corner.
Wow, 14, Devin McEwen, the junior, doubling up at the safety position and coming up and making a nice play. As Whitehouse now will send their punting unit out. The Fighting Indians gave up a couple of first downs there, and then they stiffened up. So the Wildcats will bring Landon Elliott out. Devin McEwen will drop back. So we'll see the first punt of the game by Whitehouse.
McEwen standing at his own 15 yard line, looking for an opportunity to make a good return here. See if Whitehouse can keep the ball away from him. Kick is on the way. It's caught cleanly, and McEwen's got a head of steam, and he is out over the 35 and down to the Jacksonville 37 yard line.
Boy, not great coverage by Whitehouse right there. They just completely overran the play. And McEwen kind of cheated. That's not the right word. He was decoying, I should say, a little bit, making it look like it was going deeper. And then he came up and just with a running, just took off running and snagged it out of the air and makes a nice return. So Jacksonville, after having their first drive, started at their own 39. This one will start at their own 37. And you got Pinson now at quarterback in the Wildcat.
And of course,
dang it.
Tony, that snap gets away. Pinson tried to get back on the ball. He could not. and the Wildcats take over.
Aiden Gay did not get the snap back. That is so frustrating. Of course, Aiden just started playing center last week, about middle way to the game, when Brantley Bauer was injured, and thought he snapped the ball well in practice this week. Todd said he saw before the game some rough snaps, and there you saw one as Pinson. And then Pinson did the smart thing to fall on the ball, and he missed. He goes down to follow on it, and he just whiffed.
Trips right, one left, go the Wildcat receivers. The screen pass it to the right side, and down inside the Jacksonville 25 goes McCoy.
Well, just a strange-looking throw coming off the arm of Josh Green. It looked like he kind of threw it. It was hand on the middle of the ball. It was just kind of going end over end when it got to McCoy, and he makes a nice catch for 6, second and 4. Jacksonville, 2 turnovers already in the first quarter.
So 4:25 and counting. Green winds up, looks left, throws, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, just uncatchable. Of course, Green's a left-hander and throws a nice floater right there, but he didn't give his receiver McCoy a chance to make the catch, and it was well contested by Cash Bearden of Jacksonville, who's turned into quite a nice cornerback for Jacksonville, the junior. Coming into the season, Wayne Coleman was pretty anxious about his cornerback positions, and so far he's been pretty pleased with Cash Bearden. Third down, 4 to go.
So Jacksonville looking for a big stop here. Green going to keep and looking for the sticks himself, and he'll be just short.
Let's see here, the official marking it
see
right
exactly
here.
where they get the spot. He's going to be
about 3 yards short, Aaron.
Considerably.
Yeah.
Short, so Jacksonville with a stop there, but I think Whitehouse will probably keep the offense out, wouldn't you think, Matt?
Yeah, in 4-down territory right here. It'd be a 37-yard field goal from the right hash if they try to kick it, but this is a tough, you go for it right here. You're 1-7. You're up 7-0 in Jacksonville at Tomato Bowl. You got to take your shot right here, and that's what they're going to do. 4th down.
So this time, Green fakes a handoff, rolls to his left, throws that way, got his man Robinson, got a block set up, and he's got first down yardage down inside the Jacksonville 10.
That's a good play call right there. It's just play action, and then you've got Robinson coming out of the backfield, and a nice little floater over the top of the linebacking crew for Jacksonville as Josh Green delivers that floater for the first down and goal at the Jacksonville 6 for Whitehouse.
And so Green now a pitch play, bringing the reverse action, and that will go for 6.
It's going to be McCoy on the reverse as Josh Green, the quarterback for Whitehouse, looked like a quarterback keeper, and here comes McCoy from the other side, does a little toss pitch, got the wide side of the field, and it was a foot race. I really thought Jacksonville's Devin McEwen had a beat on him. He made contact with McCoy at the 3, and McCoy was strong enough to get it in. Here's the extra point.
Extra point attempts brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. And the kick is up and on the way and good. So with 3:55 to go first quarter, the score now, Whitehouse 14, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 3:55 to go, first quarter. Whitehouse leading Jacksonville 14-0. The kick is finally fielded and out to about the 34 where the Indians will start.
Well, Jacksonville's going to have to get some stickum. I mean, they got to do something. They got to focus. Isaiah Mallard fumbling that kickoff. And fortunately, the officials blew the whistle because he really never got full control of that football, and Whitehouse stripped him of it. Fortunately, the officials blew the play dead before that happened because that was just a strip score. Ah, man. So, guys, I got to say, Jacksonville just is not focused so far in this first quarter. They better get it together. They're down 14-0 already.
Ryan McCown bringing the Indians back to work. He's going to hand off straight ahead to Hinton, and he's got lots of room to run. Bill McCray Ford, first down yardage and more into Whitehouse territory. Maybe the run of the season so far.
Well, Whitehouse has been known to give up the run. They are not strong against the run. And so coming into the ballgame, Wayne Coleman felt like that they were going to be able to run the ball out of the Wildcat with Ryan and Tony Pinson. So far, that's been not too good. But Darian Hinton gets the big run.
Yeah, he picks up 22, does Hinton, and now McCowan going to keep, and not much there.
And again, that's that zone read that Wayne Coleman said they want to do with Ryan and Tony tonight. Passing game has not been effective yet, and Jacksonville's running the ball pretty good. They just got to stay. The turnovers, the pick, the fumble a moment ago by Pinson. 2nd down 9 after Ryan gets 1.
So 2:50 and counting here, first quarter. Jacksonville trailing 14-0, trying to get on the board. The handoff is to Hinton, and he again gashes the Whitehouse defense.
Yeah, there really isn't any reason why Jacksonville can't continue to have success between the tackles with Darian Hinton. He's 215, 218 pounds, and the offensive line for Jacksonville, again, not facing a defensive line like they've seen. Maybe they've been worn out so much the last few weeks. They're stronger. We'll see.
So 3rd down and a yard now. The handoff, but this time the Wildcats all over it.
Yeah, he's short. Tried to get that second effort, and the official wisely didn't blow the whistle because Darian was able to move the pile just a little bit and then forward motion stopped. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2 for the Fighting Indians.
4-down territory for Jacksonville as well here, Matt. At least you would think so.
Well, you're down 14-0, and it's too close to punt from the 35 and play that much field position. Hey, you got to get these yards with Hinton here, or the zone read with Ryan.
2 receivers left, 1 right. McCown rolls left, looks that way, throws complete, 1st down yardage, and a whole lot more. Can he score? He's angled out just short.
And they're going to throw a flag on Ryan Walker for a push in the back. Should be a 1st down. Well, let's see what they call here. It's from the spot.
Yeah, so Walker had the reception.
And it looks like they were going to get Pinson for a push in the back. Let's see the call here. What a great move by Ryan Walker.
Yeah, they get Pinson.
It'll still be 4th down from the spot of the foul, so that means that they lost a couple of yards after the penalty yards. They still get a shot at 4th down right here, but now it's 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 2, as Jacksonville is just – this is like if you had a gun, you're just pointing at your foot and you're shooting it. They've already shot about 5 of those into their foot. They just keep making mistakes like that and just ruining good plays. JT Johnson checks in the game in the backfield.
So Jacksonville
movement. They got Alexis for moving.
Yeah, that's 2 on him so far already.
Shot number 6 in the foot. I'm not going to keep up with those anymore, so y'all don't have to worry. I think I may run out of bullets if I do that.
I was going to say.
So now
one of those old Western 6-shooters, you got to reload.
So after converting a 4th down, now it's 4th and 9.
McCowan under some pressure, climbs up in the pocket, can't find anybody, and he goes down. So Whitehouse will take over.
This is the part where I'm supposed to talk. But I don't have anything to say.
yes, it is, but good luck.
I don't have anything to say. I mean, just a collapsed pocket as the receivers for Jacksonville just never have a chance to get into their route before Ryan McCown's having to get out of there. Now, those aren't one of those plays right there where he's supposed to get rid of the football right out of his hand. No, he was setting it up. Didn't happen.
So now back to work go the Wildcats left side screen pass. They'll slip one tackle and then another and end up with a nice gain. Boy, Jacksonville's tackling
suspect,
still leaves a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, they had Darian Hinton out there, and he whiffed, and Xavier Kendrick, he whiffed. And then Pinson and Dylan Roberts had to come clean it up. It was really about a 3-yard gain, turned into a 7 because of those missed tackles.
So that'll take us down under 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. And Green looking to run to his left, and this time Jacksonville all over him.
Yeah, nice job for Jacksonville defensively right there. Is the age of Zadarius right there. Zadarius Hinton, the 5'11", 260-pound sophomore, comes in and he lays the wood to Josh Green, the quarterback for Whitehouse, for the loss on the play. So now you got a 3rd down after the loss and 7 to go for Whitehouse. Let's get a stop right here and try to get untracked some.
2 receivers right, 1 left, 1 back for the Wildcats. Green loads up, fires over the middle.
Oh,
incomplete.
That should have been caught for 6. That was a perfect pass by Josh. You couldn't have thrown that any better. And it just went right through the hands of DeCarlton Wilson. I mean, it went right through his hands. He makes that catch at the score. So 4th down, and Whitehouse will bring out their punter for the 2nd time. Devin McEwen dropping back. Had a nice return earlier of about 12. So this will be the last play of the first quarter here at Tomato Bowl.
McEwen will be standing at his 22. He was able to field the last one with a nice head of steam. There's the horn for the end of the quarter. This one will take a Wildcat bounce and a big one and be downed at the Jacksonville 15.
That was a punt.
Check that, all the way down to the 5.
Yeah,
so that's how the first quarter ends. The score, Whitehouse 14, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live. Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. The Fighting Indians will start on their 5-yard line after an incredibly fortuitous bounce on the Whitehouse punt, and now the handoff. They just try to run out of the shadow of the goalpost a little bit there, Matt.
It's McEwen. Nice run, good cut. Ball, a play designed to go really to the outside and let him use his speed, and he saw a little crease and knifes up in there for about 5, 2nd and 5.
So out to the Jacksonville 10. And Indians down 2 scores, really need points on this drive. Handoff this time, left side. Devin will make his way a bit closer to the sticks.
He's going to be short by about a yard here, maybe a half yard. Another 3rd down conversion opportunity for Jacksonville. They've struggled. I think this is their 3rd offensive possession, and previous 2 have not turned out well. Maybe it's their 4th offensive possession. If you count that one where Tony fumbled, that was a short one. A 1-play possession.
Yep. So 3rd down and a yard, maybe less than a yard. And they will have the Bill McRae Ford first down with Hinton and more.
So Hinton just keeps the truck rolling right there as Whitehouse looked like they had him about the 17, right after he got the first down yardage, and they just didn't tackle well themselves, did Whitehouse, and Darian Hinton made him pay for it. He picks up a huge gain out to the 27-yard line, first down Jacksonville, Bill McRae Ford, first down.
So this time, as Jacksonville sets the offense, they'll go with 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and Walker, the H-back, on the right side, as the handoff is to Hinton again, and again he's up the middle for a big gain of, call it about 6 or 7, I think, Matt.
Yeah, the Indians doing a nice job on that offensive line. This I'll say much maligned offensive line that just doesn't get a lot of love from a lot of people, including me, in this 2021 season. But you got to give them credit. They're giving Darian Hinton a little bit of running room there, and he's making the most of it. Second down and 3.
So the ball now sitting at the Jacksonville 34. The handoff again is to Hinton, and again he's got a Bill McRae Ford first down.
Yeah, that was a good kick out block by Hagan Ray, doing a nice job just getting enough of a chip on that tackle and screening him away. And boy, Darian Hinton, it's hard to make yourself small when you're nearly 220 pounds, but he does a good job of lowering his shoulders and getting underneath the pads of the tacklers. And boy, he makes them pay too. First down, another run, tough run for Hinton. He'll check out, and it'll be Devin McEwen in at running back.
2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. The handoff is to McEwen, and he runs up the right side A-gap, and he'll pick up a nice chunk of yardage as well.
A drive that started at the Jacksonville 5-yard line is now all the way out to the Jacksonville 47, second down and 5 after McEwen picks up 5. It's a kind of nice little 1-2 punch there. You got the power of Darian Hinton, and then you got the speed of McEwen now in the backfield.
And so now McCowan will hand off once again to McEwen. He will make his way around left end, pick up a few.
Well, a nice little inside-out move by the junior McEwen. There was really nothing there. And they got their hand on him, and Colin Shilton came up and grabbed him, and boy, McEwen just said, "Get off of me." And should have been about a 2 or 3 yard loss. He actually picks up just a yard. So it was third down, and I will call it a long 3 for Jacksonville at their own 48.
And Hinton is checked back in.
What do you think that means?
Pistol set. I would expect number 24 to get it. But he does not, as McCowan on the zone read. He's going to keep.
And he's short.
And he's going to be just short.
And he's hurt. He is injured. It's the shoulder. I could see his face when he hit the ground.
Yeah. And so he'll get some attention, and we'll step away. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
All right, so back to play. Ryan McCowan up and off under his own power, looking okay, but Tony Pinson will come in to try to get the Indians the Bill McRae Ford first down.
It's fourth down. Here we go.
And he'll hand off straight ahead.
He didn't get it.
And
Let's
the Wildcats stack them up.
Well, let's see here. Wayne Coleman's signaling first down. What are the officials going to say?
It'll depend on the spot.
Let's see if it's close enough to measure here. And they are going to bring out the chains as close enough to measure here as Ryan McCown now is on the sidelines, and he's trying to throw the football, and he's able to throw, but he's still holding on to that collarbone area. Jason Krause checking him as the chain crew now coming out to see if Jacksonville converted this first down on 4th and about a yard. And I mean, you're hoping if you're Jacksonville that Darian Hinton was able to get enough forward momentum there before they shoved him back where it looked like he didn't get it. But let's see, you got a good spot or not.
Wait for the signal.
He's short.
And, yeah, just short, so Whitehouse takes over on downs again.
And with a short field just on the other side of the river, which is football is really smack dab on the 50, I should say. So up 14-0 with 7:23 remaining in the second quarter. Whitehouse with a short field here as the Fighting Indians do not convert on 4th and 1.
The Wildcats will come out with 2 receivers on the right side of a shotgun set, and Green looks that way under pressure. Flag comes out. Got to be a hold.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank goodness is Kenny Kennedy, the defensive coordinator, said, that's a hold, that's a hold, that's a hold. He said it 3 times before the man in the white hat signaled it, so it's going to be stay first down. Boy, is it just me or did Josh Green have all day long back there?
Well, when you get a hold, that can happen.
Well, he stood there and he made the fake and he never moved for about, I don't know, a half second or so. You think, is anybody going to hit him? He just kept. Then he rolled out and then he got the hold. So 1st and 20 now. Pushes it back to just inside the Jacksonville 40-yard line. Whitehouse 40-yard line.
So Green will keep this time, and he'll get away from one Indian tackler and make his way out over midfield, and he'll have first down yardage.
Yeah, just a designed quarterback draw. I mean, it was just – it looked like
check that. He had the penalty yardage. So.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. He picked up about 12 right there to get 12 of those 20 yards back. So now it's 2nd and 8. But, man, it's just a delayed quarterback draw, and that's why Josh Green took over that quarterback position with his ability to slide, breaks the tackle, 2nd and 8.
And now Green has got 2 receivers on his left. He wants to go deep to one of them, but he underthrows the man, and it's intercepted.
Just it looked like his arm got hit. I think DeVarian Boyd came in there and tipped that elbow, made the ball kind of come off funny, and Cash Bearden comes down with a pick for Jacksonville. So both teams now with a turnover. Jacksonville actually has 2, and Whitehouse now with their first one on the interception by the junior Cash Bearden. So let's see if Ryan McCown is checked back into the ball game at quarterback.
Here's a look at the Whataburger instant replay, and you can see just underthrown and Bearden camped out.
Yeah, Ryan is not in the game. He's still holding that shoulder, so it'll be Tony Pinson here for Jacksonville at quarterback.
He'll have 2 backs with him. Will Pinson. And the snap gets away. He's got it again, though, does Tony, but he will go down for a loss.
That wasn't that bad a snap right there. I mean, it came back. I mean, Ryan was fielding those snaps. Tony's just not used to it because, look, you don't, when there's, if to say there's 90 reps in practice and you get 5 of the 90, and I mean, that's just not many reps. And I guess he's just not used to receiving that snap back there, or he's looking where he's going before he runs. So 2 snaps to him, 2 fumbles. Let's see if he can get settled down here at the quarterback position, and Josh Moore, the OC, is going to call timeout.
And we'll take it with him. We'll come back after a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit JHS.
And we're back as the Indians are looking at a 2nd down and 16 ball all the way back on the Fighting Indian 15 after a snap got away from Pinson. And now he'll throw a quick pop pass out to the right, pick a few of those back up.
Yeah, Ryan is back in, and he nails Darian Hinton on a little out route, but Darian Hinton was nailed quickly by my buddy Jaden Brandon, who hit me about like that in pregame when I was talking to you guys. Maybe not that hard. But he tackled Darian very nicely after that catch, no gain. Actually lost a yard, 3rd and 7. How did he lose a yard? I guess he did, because it was 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 5.
So now Jacksonville looking to convert a handoff.
Fumble.
Straight ahead, the ball is out. Whitehouse has got it.
3rd turnover for Jacksonville as Hinton loses it.
And just like that, Whitehouse back in business with another short field.
Frustrating.
Man, when it rains, it pours in terms of turnovers for Jacksonville.
You know, I just sense a lack of focus for the players right now for Jacksonville. They just feels like some of them are just going through the motions. And, you know, you hate to say they've checked it in. There's still a lot of guys working hard down here, but, hey, the mistakes are what they are.
This time, Green hands off to Robinson, who tries to stretch the play to the left side. Jacksonville bottles him up.
Coda Kennedy with a tackle, and then Hinton, Zadarius Hinton, not his younger brother of Darian, comes in and finishes him off. 4-yard gain for Robinson of Whitehouse. So 4:30 and counting in this 2nd quarter. And your back's against the wall if you're Jacksonville, possibly going down 3 scores here.
2-back set. This time the handoff is to Robinson. He's going to try to stretch the play to the right side. He'll pick up a few as it looks like Jacksonville had him dead to rights in the backfield. But again, Matt, tackling questionable.
Yeah, just had the jersey right there pulling him down, and it didn't do it. You know, they used to have the tearaway jerseys, but Robinson right there, I mean, he just said, you can pull this jersey all you want, I'm not going down. But you're right, that was going to be a loss on the play, but he ends up scooting up the field. It's 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, there you heard the Jacksonville Halloween-themed 3rd down sound effect. Let's see if the defense responds as the pass is caught, but Jacksonville bottles him up to force a 4th down.
Boy, nice read by Jacksonville defensively, staying home. Play action, and then the running back Robinson just slips out of the backfield, and what a play fake by Josh Green of Whitehouse, but it did not fool Jacksonville's Isaiah Mallard and Pinson and Coda Kennedy over, and now Whitehouse will send their kicking unit out for a 29-yard field goal from the left hash to see if they can tack on 3.
Field goal attempts are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This kick is on the way and no good.
Off to the left. Nice break for Jacksonville. It's Ben Harris, the senior for Whitehouse. The kicker shanks it to the left from 29, and the Indians catch a break with 3 turnovers in this first half, and you're down 14-0. That's not bad. I mean,
you'll take that, especially considering where you just gave Whitehouse the ball.
I mean, Jacksonville's been able to run the ball on Whitehouse. They're just not finishing. They're getting themselves in 4th and 1s and 3rd and 2s, and then they're not able to get 2 yards. And I mean, they've played well as Jacksonville on first and second down. It's the third downs that are killing them. Penalties, turnovers.
So Jacksonville back to work. Trips right, one left. Go the receivers, one back for McCowan. And he's looking and throwing deep left side and just incomplete.
It's just not. Oh, okay. Ryan's shoulders kind of hurting him right there after that throw right there, and that is really tough. Boy, Ryan's a tough kid coming in, and he is really helping. I mean, that was a long 50, 60 yards in the air, and he really let it loose right there. I hope he didn't pop anything on that throw. Aaron, it's going to be hard to throw the deep ball tonight to Devin McEwen. Their free safety, he is playing center field back there, and he is not going to let McEwen. He's following him from side to side. As you can see him over here right now with two of them. Now he's sneaking up.
And now this time, the handoff straight ahead.
JT.
And again, this time it's JT Johnson, but again, Jacksonville able to find some running success that really hadn't been there most of the season.
Yeah, this is the best running Jacksonville's done really since week 1 against Crandall. 3rd down and 3 as JT picks up a nice 8-yard gain. Call it 7 actually, 3rd and 3. Nice jump cut by the senior Johnson for Jacksonville.
So 2:15 and counting here, second half. And a big run right here, first down yardage. Bill McCray Ford, first down yardage into Wildcat territory.
You know, when you draw up a game plan and you're thinking, here's what I want on a zone read with Tony Pinson, that is it right there. That's the vision that Wayne Coleman and his staff had when they decided this week, we got to get Tony back there and do some Wildcat. And now he's playing actually quarterback. You can't call him a Wildcat. That's what he can do well. First down for Jacksonville.
So now Pinson got one back. He'll hand it off. Right side running. And JT tripped up as he gets to the line.
Yeah, what a nice play by Samuel Cook as he fought off the block of Jacksonville's Devin McEwen. McEwen just was trying to get some kind of a chip contact on Cook, and he upended JT, or JT would have had a lot more than the 5 yards he picked up on that play, 2nd and 5. So now with 1:21 and counting, Jacksonville's got to be thinking about clock right here. They only have one timeout remaining. You really want to get on the board on this drive.
And this time, Pinson is swarmed.
Yeah, just not any kind of a crease right there. He's actually going to lose a couple. Ooh, that's no more than that. It's a 3-yard loss. So 3rd down and 8 to go. As Pinson will have Darian in the backfield with him.
We'll have 2 receivers on his left, one on his right, but Tony is sacked.
Man. Sorry, guys. Frustrated right there. One of Jacksonville's offensive linemen just swing and a miss. I mean, just whiffed. And Tony Pinson was setting up to throw the deep ball to Devin McEwen, and he gets wrapped up, and just offensive lineman just whiffed on the play. So there's a timeout on the field.
We'll take the short timeout with them and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville, as Dylan Roberts is on to punt for the Fighting Indians for the first time tonight. See if he can pin the Wildcats here as we get toward the end of the second quarter. This is a high Kick that'll hit about the Whitehouse 30, take a little bit of an Indian bounce and roll. Out of bounds at the 27. So 21 seconds to go here until halftime. And Matt, Jacksonville only trailing 14-0 can consider themselves pretty fortunate given the turnover situation.
No doubt, yeah, but there's still 21 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, fans, stay with us. We'll have the Whataburger halftime report. We'll talk with head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime interview. Of course, the Jacksonville High School band, the drill team, and Cherokee Charmers will be in force. Looks like Whitehouse will just run the ball here. Oh, make a tackle.
Yeah, just a handoff straight up the middle.
Yeah, it'll be
that goes for first down yardage.
McKevick Hall. They'll stop the clock. Timeout. Whitehouse. Yeah, they're not going to give it up right here.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they'll take a shot here then.
Sure. I mean, they've had some guys open downfield. And so if you're Jacksonville in the secondary, you can't look at that clock and say, hey, it's halftime. No, I mean, you got to keep playing. You got to keep them in front of you. Next week, Jacksonville on the road for the finale against Mount Pleasant, as the Mount Pleasant Tigers, they're a pretty good football team, Aaron. They've lost some tight ones, and they've played some pretty good games, and then they've played some pretty bad games, just kind of like Jacksonville in a way. So we'll make the long trip to Mount Pleasant to finish it out, as Whitehouse now comes out of their timeout with 15 seconds. They have one timeout remaining, does Whitehouse, on their own 41, and they're going to need it. And Jacksonville, like I said, the secondary playing a little soft right here, making sure they keep everybody in front. You got to watch Reed Alexander, number 17, on this far side over here.
And he is the lone receiver on the far side, and the catch is made. Check that. That's
Wilson.
That's Wilson over there. DeCarlton Wilson makes the catch.
So Coach Westerberg's not going to leave that timeout on the board with 2 seconds. He's going to take that last timeout. So we're fixing to find out what kind of arm Josh Green has. I mean, he's still has a long way to throw this one.
So again, if you're the Jacksonville defense, just nothing behind you.
Keep everybody in front. And you got to have to kind of watch some of the slick stuff. I mean, they may have a hook and lateral or something like that. But in Whitehouse getting their first win last week and a shocker over Pine Tree. Pine Tree just hasn't been the same since they went to Texarkana, and they've struggled. And, boy, the Whitehouse put it on them last week for Whitehouse's first win, and they're looking pretty good here tonight at Tomato Bowl with a 14-0 lead over Jacksonville with 2 seconds remaining here in this first half. And, of course, Jacksonville, you can see they're putting everybody back now on prevent.
2 receivers left, 1 right. So Green going to drop back, try to load up. He'll throw to the right. They've got a screen set up. Nice block out there, but Jacksonville's prevent defense does its job. So at the end of the first half, the score, Whitehouse 14 and Jacksonville nothing. And Matt will have
here he comes. There he is.
His talk with head coach Wayne Coleman. So Matt will throw it down to you.
Coach, I don't. It's been a lot of halves where I don't think that many things went wrong like it did in that first half for your team.
I don't want to say we're getting used to it, but as soon as that touchdown got called back, I said, okay, that's about par for the course right now.
Coach, you got 3 turnovers. You got 1 of them back, and you're running the ball really well. You just can't finish.
Yeah, the 1 turnover on the 3rd and 12, you throw it down there 40 yards to get picked. That one's not. I mean, that's better than a punt. But yeah, we've been running the ball really well. We got to hold on to it though.
Yeah, Ryan's dinged up a little bit. Not sure what his status is, but Tony ran the ball just exactly like you dreamed up on that zone read. You want to see more of that in the second half, I'm sure.
Everybody that's run the ball. I mean, Darion's had some big runs. JT had a good run. Ryan had a good run early. I mean, the run game's working really well. I mean, obviously we worked hard on it. We just got to, we're down 14. We got to be patient. We can't, try to. You can only score 1 touchdown at a time, so let's just get 1 right now.
And you get the ball in the second half to start it.
We need a good drive.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime interview. Guys, I'll throw it back up to you. We'll let Todd do the stats on the Randy Gorham stats, and then we'll come back down for the Jacksonville halftime performance.
Sounds good, Matt. Thanks. We'll get turned around here. We'll switch over to the trusty booth cam, and we will bring you in to the press box here at the historic Tomato Bowl with Ryan Travis and Todd Travis. This is Aaron Swink. Thanks for joining us here on the Halftime Report, which, of course, is sponsored by Whataburger. And we're going to take a look, Todd, at the first half stats, which, of course, are brought to us by Randy Gorham, CPA. He's been your hometown CPA here in Jacksonville since 1984. And, Todd, Jacksonville down 14-0. Could have been a lot worse, though, when we start looking at some of these numbers.
Jacksonville finished the first half 30 plays on offense for 115 yards. Ooh. We had 0 passing yards first half. We were 1 out of 4 with 1 interception. And rushing, we had 26 carries for 115 yards.
Well, Ryan, that's different. The Jacksonville rushing game, we've been talking about at halftime, it seems like all year, saying, okay, well, in the second half, we need to see some balance. We need to see the running game.
Yep.
But, hey, they're showing up tonight.
Mm-hmm. They are, yeah. Darian Hinton's been running the ball well. We've had a couple other guys that have gotten some good runs, but, I mean, he's been putting in the work in the backfield tonight.
Well, you've got to be encouraged, Todd, when we come into this game. Obviously, you're 1-7, so is Whitehouse. But you know from watching film and things we've talked about in the pregame that Whitehouse is not very strong against the run. So you got to be encouraged to see how hard Jacksonville's working to exploit that. I mean, there are a lot of guys still working hard down there.
There are, yeah, and that may have to be our bread and butter here in the second half if Ryan McCown is in fact injured and potentially out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it appears that they're at least going to be careful with him. So you're right, Ryan. That may very well be part of the strategy for Jacksonville. So, Todd, let's take a look a little bit at the individual stats for the Indians. As Ryan alluded to, lots of guys touching the ball, some nice yardage running the ball. So let's see how it breaks down individually.
So McCown, 1 completion out of 4 attempts and 1 interception in the first half for a very unusual 0 yards in the first half. Rushing, Hinton had 9 carries for 70 yards. He's averaging 7.8 yards per carry.
Yeah, and that'll work. I mean, if you're getting 7.8 yards a carry, that's a first down every 2 touches. So that'll work.
And Pinson had a couple carries. He had 3 for 21 yards, and McEwen had 4 carries for 16. JT Johnson 2 for 12. McCown had 7 for 2 yards.
Well, and Ryan, you've got to be encouraged by the number of players they're getting touches tonight. One of the things we talked about in the last few weeks, especially when Jermaine Taylor went out, and then for the week or so there that McEwen was kind of hit and miss, was how do you get the ball in the hands of guys that can make plays for you? And unfortunately, we saw Calvin Bryant struggle catching the ball for a while. But what you're seeing tonight is that Jacksonville, and this may be a product of the matchups, but Jacksonville having a little bit more freedom to just hand the ball off, just get the ball in the hands of a guy like Devin McEwen, a guy like Darian Hinton, and I mean it's paying off. And it's not deep balls. We haven't had a 25-plus yard bomb yet that's been caught, but it's working.
It is, yeah, and it's good to finally see all of the guys that we've seen throughout the season, whether it was because of injuries where they came in and were able to fill in, like they're all healthy now. So we're seeing a good mix and rotation in there in the backfield. And, I mean, our run game is matching up well with Whitehouse so far, so we need to keep running the ball.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I think part of this too, Todd, that Matt alluded to in pregame was that this defensive front for Whitehouse was not going to be the biggest or the strongest that Jacksonville's seen. Of course, they just came back from Texarkana last week where you saw one of those top units. And so, obviously, taking advantage of that, hey, this is a little bit more of a level playing field in terms of how how your offensive front matches up with that defensive front. And so far, you got to say, for their part in the run game, the Jacksonville offensive line is winning those battles.
They are. They are. And probably it's going to be really good in the second half. If McCowan is injured and can't throw the ball, then we're going to need everybody to run the ball. So
yeah, and I mean you're going to want to keep the ball out of the hands of Whitehouse as much as you can as well. I mean they've shown us they can strike quickly. I mean there was that three play scoring drive to open things up.
And that wasn't a deep ball.
No, it wasn't.
It was a 64-yard pass, but he threw it at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's a tackling issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
we didn't get out there and make the play, and so
yeah, absolutely.
They had a great run, big play on us there. So
and other than that one play, the defense is playing well. I mean, we've had 3 turnovers so far, I think, and they've only capitalized on one of them. So
yeah, right. And consider we turned it over, fumble or something deep in our end twice.
Yeah,
and we didn't allow them to score. I don't think either time there. That was
and that's a big positive for your defense. Well, your defense makes the stop, but really for your offense to know, hey, my defense has got my back.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to go out there and turn the ball over again, but you know the defense has shown up. They've made the stops where they've needed to, and you've got to have that. I mean, because you're very rarely going to have, especially at the high school level, you're very rarely going to have that ball game where all 3 phases execute on the same night. Now we've seen it. We saw it against Hallsville in the win, but you need those one unit to sort of pick up a little bit of the slack for another sometimes. And right now you got to say that at least as it relates to those turnovers, the Jacksonville defense answered the bell. And I mean, because that could have easily been another score.
Oh yeah,
for Whitehouse. And so
absolutely.
Yeah,
and we talked about Dylan Roberts only had 1 punt in the first half, and it was right at the end of the half.
Yeah,
you'd like to think that was really positive, but we're not putting points on the board.
Right,
we're struggling to move it. Either we have 3 turnovers in the first half, and then the others we turned it over on down. So we're the fact that we didn't have very many yards definitely shows up there that we're not moving the ball real well.
Yeah, and you hope that would change in the second half. Obviously, as we've alluded to here earlier in the show, that that may come in the form of reliance on the run game, especially if, as we said, if McCowan can't go, or maybe they just decide that he shouldn't. That you just kind of protect him, you kind of save him a little bit.
Unfortunately, we got the whole second half. We're only down by 14,
down 2 scores.
But running the ball, that's a lot of running to get 2 touchdowns. So typically don't move the ball very fast, and our chances of a 50, 60-yard run probably pretty slim. We haven't done that all season.
Yeah, I mean, we had Hinton had the 22-yard,
and then Pinson had a 24.
Yeah, and those are and I've not looked at the stats in real time, but those are probably 2 of the longer runs from scrimmage.
I think so.
I think that Jacksonville's had. So, hey Todd, let's take a look at the Whitehouse numbers as they're up 2 scores.
They had 24 offensive plays for 175 yards, with 133 yards passing and 42 yards rushing. Their quarterback, Josh Green, 11 completions on 14 attempts, 133 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Rushing, the quarterback Green had 5 carries for 18. Hall had 1 carry for 14. McCoy had 1 for 6 and a touchdown. And Robinson had 3 carries for 4 yards.
Yeah, so I mean, they're not setting the world on fire offensively, but they're doing about what we expected. I mean, Green came in a few weeks ago, the sophomore at quarterback, and he's given them a little bit of bite. I mean, he can throw the ball, and we've seen him make those plays. You said 11 of 14. So yeah, I mean, pretty consistent.
Pretty good success throwing
for him in the first half. Of course, that Jacksonville did have the 1 pick. So, need to continue trying to figure him out. But how many times, even in the first half of this game, have we said the same thing that unfortunately we've said most of the year, which is Jacksonville had a tackle made, except they didn't make the tackle.
Right. We've had either opportunity tackle for loss or at the line of scrimmage, and then it winds up a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel like last week against Texas High, we did a better job of making those tackles than we have been tonight.
I think we did. We seemed to play with more intensity last week, and just
what's interesting, and of course, some may say, hey, maybe it was the play-by-play guy last week. I'm open to that. I will say, guys, I was able to tune in right at the half last week, and notice we had only the 21-7 deficit, and of course that second half got away a little bit, but it is possible. You look at that game and the way Jacksonville played, and you look at the way they're playing tonight. And we talked about it in the pregame. If you can't get up for Whitehouse, kind of what's going on. Well, it's very possible, although it seems strange to say, that with that long trip to Texarkana and taking on an undefeated Texas High team, Jacksonville may have been just a little bit more for that ball game. And of course, that's not to say they're not going to find something here in the locker room and really flip a switch in the second half. But boy, just the intensity has not quite been there tonight.
It really hasn't. And last week against Texas High, we came out, and from the start of the game, I mean, we were showing intensity, and even with after all the penalties and stuff that kept going on, I mean, the guys played hard, and they fought until the last whistle. And we haven't seen that tonight, and we got to come out here in the second half, and we got to have some want to. I mean, this game was 2 1-7 teams coming in. You're playing Whitehouse. You got to have some want to here in the second half, or it's not going to go your way.
Yeah. Well, the pieces are all there. It's only a 2-score ball game. Jacksonville's still in it, of course, getting the ball as well. So we'll see what the Jacksonville offense can do to get started in the second half. But Todd, thanks for running through the first half stats with us. Of course, the first half statistics and all of our statistical breakdowns this season have been brought to you by Randy Gorham. He's been your hometown CPA here in Jacksonville since 1984. He also serves Jacksonville as our mayor. We'd like to thank him for all of his sponsorship and support. You are listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. We want to remind you that if you make the order, our friends at Whataburger will make it fresh. Guys, we'll take a short break here as we flip back around, and then when we come back, we'll send it down for the Fighting Indian Band, Cherokee Charmers, and the Majorettes with Matt.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
Welcome back to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. This is the Whataburger halftime report. Jacksonville trailing Whitehouse 14-0 here at the half. We'll throw it down to Matt Montgomery at field level so he can let us listen in to the Fighting Indian Band, and we'll get to see the award-winning Cherokee Charmers. Matt, we'll throw it down to you.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes, indeed. It is the Whataburger halftime report here at Tomato Bowl, Jacksonville versus Whitehouse. The Jacksonville Cherokee Charmers now on the field. Let's watch and listen to their routine.
Charmer officers for the 2021-22 school year, from left to right, are First Lieutenant Brooklyn Hunter, Junior Lieutenant Laura Simpson, Senior Lieutenant Cynthia Espinoza, and in the center, your captain, Brittany Samaniego. Charmer sergeants are Head Sergeant Sitlali Rincon, Sergeant Dixie Lopez, Sergeant Lisbeth Muniz, Sergeant Grace Crawford, and Sergeant Kaylee Webb. This week's Charmer of the Week is Kaylee Webb. Watch now as the Charmers perform to the Neil Diamond hit, Sweet Caroline.
Cherokee Charmers to the Neil Diamond song, Sweet Caroline. You can't go wrong with Neil Diamond.
The Charmers are under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers. And now, introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Brianne G. Twirler officers are Junior Lieutenant Ellie Berry, First Lieutenant Madison Sultanova, and Captain Vanessa Sanchez. Twirler of the Week is Janiyah Swindell. Watch now as the twirlers perform an exciting knife routine to Final Countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes. JISD is proud to present the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. The band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Sarah McCullough and Camden Fontenot, and senior drum major Angel Sanchez. Tonight, the band is joined in the stands by special guests, the Jacksonville Middle School Band. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the great state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. Hey! The Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. this time, we would like to award this year's Band Beau and Sweetheart. Presenting the award for Band Beau tonight is band baby Caroline G. Caroline is the daughter of Travis and Brianne G. And your band beau is? Jose Angel Sanchez. Presenting the award tonight for Sweetheart is band baby Graham Parker. Graham is the son of Preston and Randa Parker. And your sweetheart is Julissa Cabrera. Congratulations, Angel and Julissa. The band is under the direction of Donnie Barrier, Preston Parker, Preston Long, Catherine Barrier, Kim Beard, and Brianne G. Freshmen of the week are Gustavo Arellano and Danny Ramirez. Band members of the week are the seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band.
Jacksonville High School band with their performance. Appreciate Donnie Barrier, Brianne G, and Laura Guidry, and assisted by Tiffany Alexander, doing a nice job all year long with the halftime performances here at Tomato Bowl and on the road. We're at halftime where Jacksonville is hosting the Whitehouse Wildcats in Week 9 of 9-5A Division II football, as the Wildcats with a lead over Jacksonville at the half by a score of 14-0. Let's look around District 9-5A Division II. Just like the last couple of weeks, there's some strange scores out there. Marshall, well, they came back. Hallsville was leading that ball game, but Marshall 17-14, just a 3-point lead by Marshall over Hallsville at the half. And get this, at the half, Nacogdoches 20, Texas High 14. Two big scoring plays for Nac. Man, you just can't plan it like anywhere. That's so strange. Okay. Let me see if I can find that other score. Who am I missing? Looking. There's that's the Mount Pleasant Pine Tree. Another one, Mount Pleasant 28, Pine Tree 7 at the half.
Yeah, Matt, we were back with you here. We were just talking about that one. And, you mentioned in the first half, you said that since Pine Tree had been to Texarkana, they have just sort of fallen off. And
yeah, they got beat last week by Whitehouse.
Yeah, that slide continues.
Man, that is amazing. And, that was a team that came in here to Tomato Bowl, and they had a running game. They had a good, fast defense. And, I just saw good things from them. They won some early games early on. I think at one time they were 4-2. So a lot of crazy things happening around District 9-5A Division II tonight. As Jacksonville now on the field, Whitehouse getting set to come out. Jacksonville will get the football to start the second half. We'll see if I see Ryan McCown without shoulder pads on, so he will not be playing in the second half. We're not sure exactly what kind of shoulder injury it is. he's moving his arm around. He's got an ice bag on that shoulder right now, maybe a stinger. So we'll see Tony Pinson at quarterback in the second half. Aaron, you said it before the end of the first half. Or maybe you said it right when the half ended, but this game could be a lot worse than 14-0 with, Jacksonville caught a break. And
and it's kind of tough.
Breaks.
Yeah, it's kind of tough when that's how you have to characterize it. But I mean, really, when you look at it, it could be.
It's getting old here in Week 9 saying, man, we're only down 14-0 at the half. I mean, that's really getting to the point where it's frustrating because you watch them practice all week as I do, and coaches are coaching, kids are working hard, and it's just not showing up on Friday nights. I mean, it's just not there. So Devin McEwen will drop back to see if he can change things here in the second half as we're about to get started with Whitehouse kicking off.
Hey, Matt, real quick, I've got a halftime score. Brook Hill 23, Grace nothing. And, of course, I'm happy about that. And, of course, also got to mention Grace is the alma mater of Matt Houston, who is back in Tomato Bowl tonight with his dad, Brian.
Yeah, I had a chance to visit with him before the game, and that was great reunion there. Of course, Brian did the games with me, Aaron, before you did, and for 7 years, I believe it was. And he is doing them for Whitehouse now. Him and his son Matthew is actually a news reporter down in the San Antonio area. So good to see them back. We're set to go. Here's your kickoff, and here's Aaron Swink.
And this kickoff will be fielded by the up man on the far side at the 20, Mallard, and he's got lots of room to run. And he's out all the way over the Jacksonville 40.
Of course, Mallard's had some career kickoff returns for Jacksonville that are in the books, and he's been kind of bottled up his senior year. Of course, he got injured in week 3 against Henderson, and plus teams just don't kick to him anymore. And if you notice where he was on that kickoff, he's in that spot Ryan Walker's been in, where he got 12 kickoffs in a row to him, did Ryan Walker, the sophomore. That time Isaiah was there. Nice return out to the 43 of Jacksonville, and it's Pinson at quarterback for Jacksonville. Oh.
And a snap over the head of Pinson. He will get it back. Now he's going to have to run and try to make up the yardage himself. We'll lose a few.
He's just dropping the ball. I mean, it's not a bad snap by Aiden Gay. It's just going right through his hands. He isn't wearing gloves, Tony Pinson, and he got up off the tackle and off the ground and pointed at his chest. It's me, it's me, it's me. That is the 4th snap that he's bobbled.
So it'll be 2nd and 13 with the lost yardage. So Pinson takes the snap this time, going to try to run up the middle, and he just runs into a wall of Wildcats.
So just a quarterback keeper, nothing fancy about that. He just took the snap and he got a half yard. 3rd down and 12, forcing Jacksonville to possibly throw the ball here with Pinson. And, of course, he has not attempted that many passes. Remember the first game, though, his only pass was a touchdown to Jermaine Taylor. It was a nice throw, and he's in that situation here on 3rd and 12.
He's got 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Does Pinson. He'll hand off. Straight ahead, big hole. First down yardage of Bill McCray Ford, first down. All the way inside the 40 of Whitehouse goes Hinton.
Boy, and Hinton got that handoff, and it was on his hip for about 5 yards. I mean, Tony Pinson put it down there, and it just never did get in the breadbasket. Fortunately for Darian Hinton, he had a lot of space to rearrange that handoff into his gut, and he picks up a huge first down for Jacksonville.
So all the way down into Whitehouse territory to the 38. The handoff again to Hinton, this time up the middle, and he'll move the pile down to the Whitehouse 33, gain of 5.
I mean, if you're Jacksonville here, you're down 14-0. It isn't like you're way out of this ball game. You can afford to do this right here with Hinton, and if Tony can just look the ball in on those snaps, I really think he can zone read Whitehouse and pick up some yards himself with a 1-2 punch right there. And, of course, you still have Devin McEwen, and he's checked in the backfield now with Pinson, with Darian Hinton.
So 2nd down and 4 as Pinson will hand off to McEwen, try to stretch it left side, and that will not happen.
Got to get that block right there. Looks like Devin landed really awkwardly right there. He's okay. Hinton just missed the block. I mean, just you got to give Whitehouse credit for that play. Jaden Brandon, my buddy that ran into me so hard, he just fought off Darian Hinton's block and pulls Devin down for the big loss. 3rd down and 10 now for Jacksonville.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Pinson. He's going to roll to his right under pressure. Now going to get rid of it. Incomplete.
Just chasing him out of the pocket. So we know it isn't just Ryan McCown having to run for his life. There's Tony Pinson having to get out of that, run out of that mix master. As Whitehouse just forcing Pinson to throw a bad ball, and it's 4th and 10, and Jacksonville will keep their offense on the field here and go for it.
So 8:52 to go here, 3rd quarter. Jacksonville with their first offensive possession in the second half. Pinson over the middle, and he's intercepted. And now can Jacksonville make a tackle?
Flag.
And there is a flag on the play, so
they may get
check this.
They may get Whitehouse for a hold maybe before the interception. The ball was in the air, the pick was made, and then the flag came in from the back judge. So it was weird timing right there, and they're going to call it on Whitehouse. So Jacksonville's going to get an automatic first down out of this, as Pinson was looking over the top to Ryan Walker, and it wasn't even close. I mean, he jumped up when he threw the ball, didn't have near enough on it. Nevertheless, it's going to be a penalty against Whitehouse here. So that's a massive break for Jacksonville. So pass interference. So it is a first down, spot foul.
So you said it, Matt, a massive break, because, boy, there was no shot for Jacksonville on that play.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to put a young man like Tony Pinson. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. He just hadn't had enough reps throwing the football in a 5A football game at the varsity level.
This time he'll hand off to Hinton, who'll try to make his way around the left end. He may get a few.
I tell you, Hinton is really struggling on those handoffs with Pinson. They don't have the kind of timing or association, if you will, that Ryan McCown has been handing to Darian. And again, not a lot of reps, and boy, that is close to being a fumble just about every time they get a handoff, and Hinton is just kind of pulling the ball off of his hip. So he does pick up 3, so 2nd and 7. Well, actually 2, 2nd and 8. Best field position for Jacksonville clearly tonight with the ball at the 27. Deepest penetration for them.
2 backs for the Fighting Indians, and Pinson will hand off.
Devin.
Big contact on McEwen after he gets a yard or 2.
Well, Devin is so close. Ben Harris makes the tackle, but you know, Pinson's trying to pop it to the outside and use his speed, and Whitehouse has a little bit more defensive speed than I guess maybe they look like on film, because we saw Ryan McCown do it. Now we've seen Devin do it. We've seen Darian Hinton do it, going kind of east and west like they can outrun them. Just get up in the gap and go forward. Go north and south.
So now 3rd down and 9 for Jacksonville. Pinson going to stand in and deal over the middle. Bryant makes his first catch of the ball game. Will be short of the line to gain.
Good ball there by Tony. It's 4th down, though. It picks up 4 actually. So Whitehouse doing a nice job keeping the receivers in front of them. So 4th down, 4 to go. Football at the Whitehouse 24. Clearly Jacksonville's best opportunity to, if they can convert this, to put some points on the board.
Yeah, it's been a nice sustained drive so far for Jacksonville. See if they can keep it going here. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Handoff is to Mallard, and he is going to pick up the Bill McCray Ford first down inside the Whitehouse 20. So the drive continues.
Good to see Isaiah get a huge conversion right there for Jacksonville. He's kind of been out of the offensive scheme for Jacksonville since he's been nursing those ankles. He came back and played well against Nacogdoches. Jacksonville changing the scheme of things. He'll stay in the backfield after getting that Bill McRae forward first down to the 18 of Whitehouse.
So Jacksonville, as Matt said, with their deepest penetration so far of the ball game. A short pickup on first down for Mallard.
So Mallard will get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain as Hinton will check in for Mallard now. As Whitehouse's defense will get quite a different look with Hinton coming in, who about 35 more pounds than Isaiah. Pinson gets the play from offensive coordinator Josh Moore, 2nd and 10 for Jacksonville.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Walker, the H-back, is on the left side. Handoff is to Hinton, and he makes his way up the middle.
Flag
Comes in.
Looks like a face mask. Jacksonville coach is calling it. You could probably hear them. Flags coming in from the back judge, the referee, and the white hat. Let's see the call. I think they just grabbed all over that face mask on Darian Hinton. So half the distance, automatic first down, puts the ball at just inside the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal Jacksonville, as Whitehouse has 2 major penalties on this Jacksonville drive to keep the Indians alive here.
So now Pinson looks right, throws wide open is McEwen. He's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
10-yard touchdown pass. Tony Pinson to McEwen. Just a little simple out route. And the defender, number 5, Jaden Brandon, who's played a heck of a game for Whitehouse defensively, kind of slipped a little bit. And when he slipped down, McEwen just skips into the end zone for the Jacksonville score. And here's Bergera out of the hold of Pinson.
Extra point attempts are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one is up, on the way, and good. 5:14 to go, third quarter. Our score now, Whitehouse 14 and Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fighting Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Did you know that Homes and Properties Realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. If you're just joining us, 5:14 to go, third quarter. Whitehouse 14, Jacksonville 7, with an impressive Jacksonville scoring drive summary. Here's Todd Travis again. Todd?
It was a 13-play drive, covered 57 yards, and took 6 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock.
Well, that's very impressive.
Finishing with a touchdown, making the score Jacksonville 7, Whitehouse 14.
It's just a great start for Jacksonville. I mean, that's what you want when you defer to the second half, especially when you're down 14-0. That's why you do that. And you go down and you get a long, sustained drive and you score and convert. Of course, Whitehouse helped out with some things, but hey, that's the way it works. Jacksonville certainly helped Whitehouse in the first half with their 2 scores.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Green and the Wildcats, and Green going to keep it himself and back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple more.
Just a delayed draw for actually about 4. Gets a good spot.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, does Green. So 2nd and 6.
Ball sitting now on the Whitehouse 35. And Green going to keep again after a fake handoff, and he looks to have first down yardage. Jacksonville's coaches wanted a flag for early motion.
Yeah, and they have a point. I mean, number 3 in the backfield right there, that's McKelvick Hall. I mean, he started in motion before the ball was snapped, and he was going forward.
This is not the CFL. You can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear, and then there's no call.
So the first down moves the ball out to the Whitehouse 41-yard line, and this time Green keeps, and Jacksonville's got to make a tackle, and they do.
Wow. I mean, just a whiff right there by DeVarian Boyd. I mean, Boyd he had Cook Green dead to rights for no gain, maybe even a loss, and just didn't strip him down. And give Green credit, man. He just wiggled out of that, and then Coda Kennedy came in, finished him off. Does pick up 1 second down 9.
2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. They'll go to the right, but it is knocked down at the line. Good defense.
Yeah, Caden Franklin. He is really impressed in the last few weeks. The last 2 weeks he's been the Austin Bank defensive player of the game, and he has just been a stalwart for Jacksonville defensively at that defensive tackle position. Got his hand up. He's only about 5'9", 5'8", maybe. Knocks it away. 3rd and 9 now for Whitehouse.
Yeah, he and Tony Pinson were a big part of the pressure that led to that safety last week as well. This time, Green looking, scrambling, throwing deep over the middle, overthrows everybody, incomplete.
I tell you, that receiver, DeCarlton Wilson, is not helping his quarterback right there, Green. That's another good ball by Green, who had a step on Mallard. And I don't know if he's just losing the ball, but I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but Wilson has had 2 touchdowns that he has dropped for Whitehouse. He is not helping his quarterback, Green, who got out of trouble and did a floater. Incomplete, 4th and 9, and Whitehouse goes 3 and out. No, actually, they did get 1 first down, so they'll punt this one.
High snap is brought down. The punt is away.
Easy.
And it is taking a Wildcat roll inside the 20. It'll be down about the 17. That's where Jacksonville will take over for their second offensive possession of this second half, trailing 14-7.
Well, you got to start to the second half exactly like you wanted it. You went down and scored, and you stopped Whitehouse on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And I mean, more importantly is that you haven't made those kind of mistakes that you made in that first half. You played a lot cleaner, and Whitehouse has been the ones that have made some critical mistakes, and that's what enabled Jacksonville to have that long drive earlier. They kept it going twice with penalties.
So back to work go the Fighting Indians. Mallard the back with Pinson, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Pinson going to keep it himself, and he can move. He's out over the 25, down to about the 29-yard line.
So Pinson,
he's got the Bill McRae Ford first down.
That was a great decision by Tony Pinson. Isaiah Mallard was supposed to be the recipient of a pass right there, and he looked over, and Josh Moore, the offensive coordinator, said, "You've got to go. That was a flare." And he didn't go. He just stayed to block. Tony Pinson saw that his teammate didn't do it. He took off. What does he do? Gets a first down. That's the athleticism of Tony Pinson.
So now he has 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. He'll hand off to Mallard this time, and he'll make his way to the 32. Gain of about 3.
So Hinton now will check in for Mallard. Unless Mallard's going to stay in at the X position, which Mallard has been, moving frequently to the receiver position. Rather now they're going to go with 3 wides. No, now you got to, good grief. You got to tell him you're coming in for him, Darian. Darian just ran out there and didn't tell Isaiah he was coming in for him.
Yeah, and the substitution penalty is the result.
You got to scream, Isaiah, I got you. You can't just run into the huddle and expect him to read your mind. 2nd and 12.
And so Jacksonville looking to get a chunk back. And they'll get a few. Is Hinton.
He'll pick up. I'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10 now. And Hinton will check out, and they'll get a little more speed on the field with Isaiah. As Pinson gets the play, as the quarterbacks do in the Jacksonville system, they come over to the coach, and no signaling into the play. They run over and run back.
So 1:45 and counting here, third quarter. 3rd and 10. Jacksonville scoring on their first possession of the third. Now they're going to empty the backfield. Penson just going to flare this one out, and not much after the catch. As Mallard was swarmed.
Not a bad call. I mean, you're just trying to get Isaiah out in space right there, and Whitehouse played it well. He loses 4, so 4th down, 14 to go, and Jacksonville's defense, after doing a nice job, they're going to have to come back out on the field as Dylan Roberts now will punt the football. Deep for Whitehouse will be Jaden Brandon.
And the kick is end over end. Takes a nice Jacksonville bounce down inside the 35 of Whitehouse.
Good job by Dylan Roberts. With the punt, got the good bounce. Fast-moving third quarter, guys. 45 seconds remaining. As that Jacksonville drive that opened the third quarter, 6 minutes and 46 seconds, chewed up the clock a lot.
Yeah, and then the Jacksonville defense, Matt, got that great stop. See if they can get another. This time the handoff straight ahead. Lots of room to run. First down yardage into Jacksonville territory for McKevick Hall.
Boy, Hall just popped through there, and Jacksonville's 2 defensive tackles were in the backfield, and he just went zoop right by him. Missed him.
What was that sound again, Matt?
Zoop.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Well, look at it. He's about 5 foot nothing. That's what those kind of guys, that's the sound they make
That's
when
it.
they go by you.
When they fly right past you. This time again, a handoff straight ahead.
Nice.
Chunk of yardage.
Yep. Horn with the tackle.
And that will do it for the third quarter. Probably. I wouldn't think they'd snap it again, and they won't. So at the end of 3, here at the Tomato Bowl, the score, Whitehouse 14, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break as they switch ends and come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
And we're back live as the fourth quarter gets underway. The quarterback keeper for the Wildcats, and they'll pick up a first down to the Jacksonville 38.
Well, I tell you what, you look at this Whitehouse offense, and you go back to the days of Patrick Mahomes when they were throwing it 65 times a ball game. Now you got a quarterback just taking the snap and just running around the end with it. My, if times have changed. Of course, you got a guy like Mahomes, you're going to do that.
2 receivers left side, 2 back. This time Green going to load up, fire to the left side, into the end zone. Got a man, got 6.
Second touchdown catch for Reed Alexander, the junior, beating Cash Bearden down the middle of the field for the score. What a perfect throw by Josh Green. I mean, he's thrown some really good balls tonight, guys. He's left-handed. I know he came in running the football. He was one of the main runners for him out of the backfield, the quarterback. But, guys, he can throw the ball pretty dang good, I think. I mean, he's thrown some good strikes tonight, that one for the score.
Yes, he has. The extra point attempt now brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty is up, and it is good. So 11:29 to go here in regulation. The score now, Whitehouse 21, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we're back at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 11:29 to go in regulation. Whitehouse up now 21-7 with another quick strike scoring drive summary for the Wildcats. Here's Todd Travis once again. Todd?
4-play drive, covered 65 yards, finishing with a touchdown, putting the Wildcats up 21-7.
So the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Wayne Coleman says he'll take it at the 30.
And so, Matt, the Indians started the second half with that long scoring drive and then made the stop. And then, boy, just like that, the defense sort of falls asleep at the wheel and back in a 2-score hole.
You know, I mean, Jacksonville secondary has made some good plays in 2021, and then all of a sudden they'll fall asleep like that. I mean, and you know, Whitehouse actually has about 3 scores. There's 2 of them through the air, but they've actually had 2 or 3 others that they could have scored on and they didn't.
And so Pinson takes the snap, going to fake a handoff and keep running left side. He's out over the 30. The ball is out, but it's out of bounds.
Wow, what a break.
Yeah.
Number 11, Tony Pinson, the ball carrier. On the play, out of bounds.
You know, he got up in the gap and had a nice run right there, and then somebody slapped the ball out, and not a great spot. He only picked up a couple.
Gain on the play, second down, 9.
I'm going to call it 1, second and 9.
Going to give him a yard.
Yeah. I thought it looked like he got more than that, but he didn't.
And this time, Pinson going to hand off to McEwen, and he's going to get ridden down.
Yeah, and Tony Pinson, he's got to keep that football right there. I mean, that's a zone read, and you've got to read that defensive end, and when he crashes like that, you have to pull it because he crashed, and you pull it, and you go around that end. And he didn't. He gave it to Devin, and guess who made the tackle? The defensive end right there for Whitehouse, number 90, Andon Humphrey.
So now 3rd down and 9. Jacksonville needing a big conversion here. And Pinson going to try to get it with his feet, and he doesn't even get going.
Number 11, Tony Pinson, the ball carrier. Tackle made by
Wow.
54, Casey.
So that'll bring up another 4th down.
Just not a lot you can do with a quarterback who's, you know, really hasn't played quarterback until the first game back in the first game of the year when Ryan McCown was injured shortly, got scratched in the eye, and Tony came in, threw a touchdown pass, and then, of course, that route in Marshall when they did the running clock, Tony played, but gosh, the clock was running, so he didn't really have that many offensive plays. Here's Dylan Roberts to punt.
And Roberts' punt is a high spiraling kick that will make its way out of bounds right at about the Wildcat 31.
So 21-7 Whitehouse with 9:40 remaining, and you would think if Whitehouse chews up some clock here, even if they don't even get a score here, and they knock the clock down to what, 4 minutes or something like that, 5 minutes to go. I mean, this is gonna be difficult for this Jacksonville offense. Of course, they can make big plays running the ball, but throwing the ball, those big strikes that Ryan McCown can do, it's going to be tough for Tony to do that.
So Green going to keep the Wildcat quarterback, and he's up the middle for about 5 or 6.
5-yard gain on the play. About a 6-yard gain on the play, second down 4.
So when you can get 6 like that on your first play, if you're Jacksonville secondary, watch out right here. They got a chance to take a shot, but they'll hand it off.
And
he'll keep it.
Green will keep, and he's up the middle. He's got first down yardage, and he's into Jacksonville territory to the 48.
Just so quick. I mean, he just really runs that zone read, does Josh Green, the Whitehouse quarterback, so well. And you got to also give credit to Donovan Robinson. McCoy right there was in the backfield. He just carried out that fake so well. And actually it is Robinson, not McCoy. Just carried it out so well. Jacksonville went straight to Robinson, but Green had the ball.
Now Green going to look to pass a deep ball, one-on-one. There's some shoving. That's got to be offensive. He pushed the Jacksonville defender in the back, it appeared to me, Matt.
Well, it's also got to be uncatchable. It also has to be uncatchable because that ball was way over everybody. John Johnson was on defense right there, and come on, what are you going to call here?
It appeared to me.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Pass interference against Jacksonville to call.
The only thing I can think is the reason that – did you see the receiver stop? I didn't see the contact, but he stopped all of a sudden. Maybe John Johnson kind of pushed him a little bit or got in front of him.
There was contact, but it appeared to me that the receiver actually pushed off of Johnson.
Man. It's kind of been the story of 2021, man. These calls that – 1 in 7 teams just don't get those calls.
That's right. Handoff straight ahead. Another chunk, about 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play, second down, 5.
Jacksonville coach is still hot about that one.
That's why I'm kind of hiding the mic right here just a little bit. Just kind of tucking it away. I don't know what he's going to say.
Trips right, go the receivers.
Double pass.
This time it is. Little trickery. He's wide open.
Nope.
But it's incomplete.
Wow. The double pass across the field, wide open, was McKelvin Hall. I mean, if the guy who was, I think it was that 17? Was that Reed Alexander throwing that? I mean, if he could get any kind of a throw on that, that's a score. Whitehouse has got some trickeration stuff, buddy.
Two-back set this time. Handoff, left side running. Lots of room to run.
First down.
For Hall.
Number 3, Hall, the ball carrier. Forced out of bounds by number 13.
We got a flag down, too. Let's see if it's a hold on Whitehouse.
We also have a Wildcat down. Looks like he needs some attention, so we'll see if we get the call.
Haven't seen the call yet. Let's see here. Is the official still talking about it? Before we take a break due to the injury, let's see if the officials will give us an idea where this is going to be, because it was a first down run by McKelvin Hall. It looked like he got pushed out of bounds about the 19, the 19 of Jacksonville. So they're going to go with the injury right now. Let's take a break.
We'll step away and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
And we are back to action here at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville.
Got a holding call on Whitehouse from the spot, Aaron, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for Whitehouse as the injured player, Dominic Robinson's helped off the field for Whitehouse.
2 receivers right side of this formation, 1 left, 1 back on the left side of Green. Green going to look to pass, and
penalty!
Flag comes in, surely.
There it goes. Yeah, it's going to be intentional grounding. Good play by DeVarian Boyd with the sack. He had one last week against the quarterback for Texas High, McHenry, and he gets another one right there, and they're going to get Josh Green for intentional grounding. He just threw that ball away. And again, I think we were texting over the weekend with high school football. Yeah. There's no tackle box. You don't have to get it to the line of scrimmage when you throw it. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's only intent. If you throw the ball away with the intent to not be sacked, it doesn't matter where you are or how far you throw it. That's it. So loss of down, 4th down and 20 now. Actually 4th and 17 for Whitehouse at the Jacksonville 41. So clearly Jacksonville needs to stop right here, and they got to go down and score in a hurry. There's 7:44 remaining. You're going to get into a time thing with Whitehouse, and that's not ever good with the way Whitehouse has been controlling the football, running it. So Whitehouse will take the delay of game and bring their punting unit in. Jacksonville's coming off like, hey, is that a timeout? No, it's not a timeout. Get back out there. They just took the penalty. So Devin McEwen will drop back to his 10-yard line to receive this punt from Landon Elliott of Whitehouse.
So a big return here from McEwen could set Jacksonville up as they try to close the gap once again. But they will wisely keep this away from Devin.
Yeah, Whitehouse doing a nice job. That's a great call by Coach Westerberger. Whitehouse calling that timeout right there, and not calling it timeout, taking the penalty and the 5 yards and giving his punter a little bit more room. And what does he do? He punches it out about the 13-yard line. Not a coffin corner, but still, Jacksonville has 87 yards to go just to close this within 1 score. So it'll be Tony Pinson at quarterback still for Jacksonville for the injured Ryan McCown, and Isaiah Mallard will be in the backfield with Tony.
He'll have 2 receivers on his left side, 1 on his right. He'll move Mallard out of the backfield now.
Pinson keeps it
Tony Pinson, the ball carrier,
for 5.
By number 54, Casey Miller. 5-yard gain on the play, 2nd down, 5.
So not seeing anything downfield, Tony Pinson decides just to tuck it and run. Pushes it out to the 18 of Jacksonville, 2nd down, 5 to go.
So 2nd and 5 here for Jacksonville.
Timeout, Jacksonville.
Saw something they didn't like. They need to get it right, so we'll take a short break with them and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stand, all showcase the hard work and dedication.
And we're back as the handoff, and the ball comes out. Whitehouse says they've got it.
They
do.
Hinton had the first down and then coughed it up at the end. Whitehouse strips it. They get the football. 4th Jacksonville turnover tonight.
Yeah, story of the game for Jacksonville is.
And what's interesting, Aaron, is that that's the 4th turnover. The first 3 turnovers by Jacksonville, Whitehouse didn't score any of their 3 touchdowns off those turnovers. That's what we were talking about earlier, how Jacksonville, it could have been a lot worse.
And so now Green going to load up and throw for the end zone on the left side.
Caught.
And it's caught, and
yeah, then there's a
that'll just about do it.
Zachary McCoy. McCoy makes the catch from 23, and then he immediately turns around and taunts Josh Johnson. And they'll mark that dead ball on the offense. Whitehouse, they'll mark that off of the kickoff.
Well, it's Jacksonville and Whitehouse.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, he just did a little talking, smack talking.
So now the extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. Kick is on the way and good. So 6:40 to go in regulation. The score now, Whitehouse 28, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 6:40 to go. Whitehouse has extended their lead out to 28-7. And Matt, wheels have fallen off yet again.
Yeah, it's just really disappointing. You know, you want to come into this last home game for your seniors, and it's just not happening.
Short pop-up kick.
Castillo.
Fielded cleanly by Castillo. He's at the 40. See if he can cut to his right and find an opening. He cannot. So he's dropped right there, actually back to about the 39.
Castillo, tackle made by number 25, Eric Brody.
And so, of course, Tony Pinson will lead the tribe back out. And you got to think, Matt, that Ryan McCowan being out and unavailable, I mean, that's got to be a big part of this.
Well, it changes your game plan completely. But even when, Ryan was in there, the offense was struggling. They just weren't getting many things going. Not to say that they couldn't have with Ryan earlier, but It's just the game plan, the scheme. It hasn't been working with this Whitehouse defense.
And so now the handoff, and straight ahead now trying to cut right is Johnson. Not much there.
J.T. Johnson, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 54, Casey Miller. No gain on the play. Short gain.
You know, Jacksonville ran the ball well in the first half. They had a nice opening drive that they converted into a score, and then got it to 14-7, and then boom, all of a sudden, give it all back and more.
So 2nd and 10, ball sitting still at the Jacksonville 39-yard line. Handoff again to Johnson. He's going to make one man miss. But
yeah, that's Isaiah.
Check that, Mallard. Yeah, actually may have lost another yard.
Oh, man. I mean, he got the handoff, and as soon as he got the handoff, he was having to sidestep a defensive lineman. You're in the shotgun. I mean, it's not like the quarterback had to take time and go back. And I mean, you're in the shotgun. You take a step, you got the handoff, and there's a guy on you. Somebody's whiffing them bad up front, I got to tell you.
So 3rd down and 11 after that loss of yardage, and Pinson just going to keep up the middle. And that, I don't know, Matt, to me, that's almost an indication of you just don't have anything in the tank. You don't have any, maybe it's not a confidence thing, but I mean, the fact that you're not even looking to throw the ball there.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you're checking it in, you're saying? I mean, like you're just saying, okay, we're just going to.
Yeah, it just makes it makes me wonder about the thought process.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's 4th down now, and of course they're leaving the offense on the field. What do you do? I mean, you know, Tony hasn't played quarterback since his JV year. It's quite a difference playing on the varsity level.
We'll have 2 receivers right, 1 left.
Devin.
This time McEwen out of the backfield, and he'll get a burst. See where they spot him.
He got it.
That's good for the Bill McRae Ford 1st down and a little bit more.
Yeah, a little reverse right there with Devin. He's able to turn that corner and get a Bill McRae Ford 1st down, so this drive will stay alive. It's a good 4th down call, wasn't it? Especially when you convert it. So Mallard checks in the backfield.
This time Pinson going to roll to his right. He will
Ryan Walker.
Flip out over there to Walker, and Walker's got a Bill McRae Ford 1st down.
That's a nice little flip by Tony. Waited for Ryan Walker to clear the linebacker area, and then Ryan does a nice look back, looks the ball in, and gets another Jacksonville Fighting Indian. Bill McRae Ford 1st down.
So all the way down now to the Whitehouse 34-yard line for the Fighting Indians. And Pinson rolls to his left, just going to check this one down.
Same thing to Ryan Walker, except on the other side.
Yeah, not much there, but.
Yeah, he's only going to get about 3 on the play. 2nd down, probably a couple, 2nd and 8. Keeping it really simple for Tony. And just, you know, watch Tony. I mean, he can pull that ball down and he can scoot. And they may be setting something up like that here if he doesn't see anybody up short. He's just not much of a threat to throw that deep ball. You know what I'm saying? Whitehouse looks like they're going to call a timeout here.
We'll take a short timeout with them. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Yeah,
we're coming back.
But he had the interception,
coming back. And we are back. 2nd down and 8 for the Fighting Indians. Ball sitting at the Wildcat 37. Pinson going to load up and fire to the right side. It's caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Is that Devin? No, that's Spoonie. Calvin Bryant.
Calvin Bryant. Here's the replay. As you see,
you can see him up on the scoreboard. Look at that. He got the touchdown up there.
Yeah, he just goes up there and high points it.
Now, that's a good ball by Tony Pinson. I mean, he just kind of threw it up there to his athlete. Let him go get it. 37-yard score. Pinson to Calvin Bryant.
So now the extra point from Bergara, brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty, is good. So with 3:22 to go in the fourth quarter, the score now, Whitehouse 28, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back for more Fighting Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. The Fighting Indians on the board yet again, now 28-14 the score with a Fighting Indian scoring drive summary. Here's Todd once again. Todd.
7-play drive, covered 61 yards, finishing with a 32-yard pass to Calvin Bryant for a touchdown, making the score Jacksonville 14, Whitehouse 28.
Onside kick. It's a nice high bounce, but Whitehouse back on it.
I am going to personally take Cash Bearden to the optometrist. Last week, a ball was coming down to the end zone. I don't know if he didn't see it. I mean, that was a perfect bounce, and he just didn't run toward the ball. I don't know. And he's such a great athlete, as Cash. He's just the timing, or he's just not seeing it. That was a good onside kick. I know Todd and Ryan have to agree, those kickers up there.
So now Whitehouse back to work at the Whitehouse 44. Handoff straight ahead. Gain about a yard. And, of course, after the play,
now we got a
little chippiness, and a flag comes in.
Yeah, Cody Van Ness, the senior, got a little anxious there. He's taking his helmet off, and he's going to be coming out of the ballgame.
Oh, you're going to get offsetting penalties there because Jalen Horton gave as good as he got for Whitehouse.
Yeah, and it was offsetting penalties. Nobody got ejected. Just a little chippiness there, as we call it.
Which is sort of to be expected in a Jacksonville Whitehouse game.
Yeah. Especially when one team's up on the other. The one that's up kind of starts being, kind of bragging about it, and then the other one gets upset, depending on who's winning.
So now back to play is a handoff to the left side, and a great hit there on Trayvon Bowie. He was not able to turn the corner.
Yeah, let me get that spot right there.
That was pretty good bone crusher
there.
Yeah,
Dylan Roberts popped him pretty good.
Yeah, Dylan.
He may have moved into the leader spot in the clubhouse for that Dar chiropractic bone crusher hit of the ball game.
And DeVarian Boyd's had a really solid game defensively, so I got to be looking at him as the defensive player of the game and dealing with that pop right there, that bone crusher hit. And I'm pretty sure that and we'll confirm all this when we consult with the studio about these awards.
Hey, Todd.
We'll tally the votes.
Just heads up, I think we're the studio.
We'll tally the votes. We'll get everybody
consult
connected.
With the producer a little bit there.
Yeah.
Text your vote to 1,000 Aaron. I don't know, whatever it is. But, yeah, I mean, and I think the play of the game, the congratulations play of the game, we'll leave that one up in the air. I kind of got an idea about that one. We'll see. We may have just seen it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, 2:36 to go here. 3rd down and 13 out of the timeout for the Wildcats. Ball sitting at their 41-yard line. And Jacksonville bringing the pressure again, and down goes Green. He's able to get rid of this one.
Wow,
incomplete.
Nice. That's Jose Castillo right there. What a nice pressure right there. Look at him skipping. He's dancing. He's moving. He's giving his Dancing with the Stars move right there. He's excited that he got that.
That was a new quarterback.
Yeah, he came in there and
that.
Crushed him.
Number 4.
Yeah, it's Conflitti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
he was the starter last year.
Yeah, started against Jacksonville last year and was
How about a big
handful.
punt return right here? How about a big punt return?
Jacksonville may have gotten an early start coming after the punter. We'll see, but there will be no return, unfortunately.
Fair catch, is it?
No penalty, though. It did look like Jacksonville, maybe they timed it just right.
So 2:23 remaining in the ball game, 28-14 Whitehouse. Never say never. I know you may not have your hopes up, but I'm a diehard. Get a big play, you never know.
There you go.
Almost got that onside kick a minute ago.
I was just about to say, we've seen that Cabrera can hit a good onside kick, so you give him another opportunity and get Cash Bearden's attention, and maybe that's a different situation.
Isaiah will be in the backfield with Tony.
They'll have 2 receivers on either side of them. And Pinson
throw it away. Good job.
Yep, still looking, and then finally just throws it away. And as you said, Matt, we were talking in the pregame about Ryan McCowan, but I think the principle applies to any high school quarterback. The ability to know when to throw the ball away is really important.
And you know, when you throw it out of bounds like that, they're not going to call intentional grounding. I mean, that's pretty much a gimme right there. It's just the kind we saw earlier with DeVarian Boyd's sack when he did that in the middle of the field.
Right.
2nd and 10. Here comes Devin.
Man in motion. Pinson going to roll that way, throw towards Devin, but bounces it in.
Oh, he was there. Tony just got pressured right there. And Harris coming in. Now check that number 99. It was Ladarius Pitts. 6'1", 253-pound junior, and rolling to his left. That's a hard throw anyway, but Pitts was barreling down on Tony Pinson. If he could just get a little air under that ball, I mean, it's a touchdown because nobody had Devin. 3rd and 10.
2 receivers each way. Now they'll move man in motion to the left side, so 3 over here on the near side. And Pinson drops back, loads up, throws over the middle. No Fighting Indian receivers in the neighborhood.
Well, Josh Moore, the Jacksonville offensive coordinator, just got a call from the line judge. I mean, I think he said, it's a hold, he's holding him, and boom, here comes the flag.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed at how many calls coaches get on the sidelines. I think the Whitehouse staff got that call earlier on John Johnson.
Yeah.
Holding Whitehouse. See, there you go.
I'm sure they did because
I mean, it was down there in front of their bench, and you could see them all doing their hands up, and then the flag comes in. So they will get Ben Harris for the hold. and Jacksonville gets an automatic first down. Pushes the ball out to their 39 of Jacksonville.
They'll set up 2 receivers either side. Now bring a third man to this near side. And Pinson going to roll this way to the left and put the deep ball up, and it's
Another flag.
Flag on the play. The catch was made.
Skylar Whitaker makes the catch on not a really good-looking pass by Tony, but he got the job done. He got it downfield. Let's see the call right here.
Yeah.
It was a catch by Whitaker up the field, but it doesn't look promising as Jacksonville is kind of retreating here. All right, sir, make the call.
Final from Bullard tonight. Brookhill 44, Grace 7.
Another ineligible downfield.
Yeah.
Pass interference on Jacksonville. They're going to get – wow. They call that on Ryan Walker for pass interference on the offense.
Wow.
So penalized twice Jacksonville was. Got a guy downfield and the pass interference, and that is going to be a country mile penalty against the Fighting Indians. That'll put the ball all the way back to the Jacksonville 24. It'll stay first down as we go under 2 minutes remaining. And it is first down and 25, it looks like. Look out.
Nowhere to go.
So if you got a waggle play, a waggle is when the quarterback fakes it and reverses back to the other side. You got to have backside protection from your offensive line. And if I sound frustrated, I am. You're going to get somebody killed back there if you don't stay home and do your job. Ladarius Pitts just came in just untouched.
Second down and Mount Selman. As this pass is complete on a check down.
Devin
will make his way out to about the 18.
So Devin makes the catch, and he's going down. He's been fighting these cramps. Even on a cool night like this, Devin is, he's been walking like a penguin.
Well,
he's been walking like a penguin all night long. You know, he's got his toes are up and his heels are down. He's trying to keep from cramping, and then he'll run the play, and then as soon as the play's over, he's just tightening up.
Yeah, and he's struggled with cramps most of the season.
Yeah,
as Devin. So unfortunately, that continues here in the last week of October.
Need to invest in a little pickle juice. So 55 seconds remaining. Yeah, Whitehouse is going to get their second win in a row. What? What is he saying?
10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 45.
Okay.
45, start the clock on my ready.
So when you have an injured player on your team and you go down with less than a minute, they do a 10-second runoff.
Unless you take a timeout, which
yeah, right.
Jacksonville elected not to do. But, of course, now the clock's showing 42, which is –
there's the 45.
There you go. Okay.
Man, we would get a crew that knew the rules. They're still working on Devin.
Yeah, and as you said, yeah, Matt, Whitehouse going to get their second win in a row. And they, of course, go to Texarkana next week.
Hey, I'm not saying anything. Of course, I was looking at scores a minute ago as they still attend to Devin. If we want to, let me check those real quick. Some things looked like they were coming back to order, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Texas High 37-20 over NAC when NAC was up at the half.
Yeah, okay, so that's starting to look about more like what we would expect.
Yeah, that's what you would expect. Let me see if I can scroll down. There's some finals, yeah. Mount Pleasant beats Pine Tree. Pine Tree closes, but it's 35-28. Mount Pleasant gets the win, and Marshall pulls away from Hallsville. 38-21. Marshall over Hallsville. Mount Pleasant beats Pine Tree. Texas High is going to win, and it appears Whitehouse is going to keep some real slim playoff hopes alive with this win over Jacksonville.
Trips right, one left, go the Indian receivers. Pinson with some time over the middle. Incomplete, just off the hands.
Skylar Whitaker.
Of Whitaker, who made a nice catch earlier.
So fourth down. Fans, stay with us. We'll have our post-game interview sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry with head coach Wayne Coleman. Todd will be along with statistics to close this one out, sponsored by Randy Gorham. And we'll, of course, announce our Dar Chiropractic Bone Crusher hit of the game, Austin Bank offensive and defensive players of the game, and, of course, congratulations, play of the game. So fourth down, and as you said, I'm going to say Bullard because it's further than Mount Selma.
Yeah, you're right. Pinson puts this up on the left side for Bryant. He's got it.
But it's not a first down.
Yeah.
It's just a punt. He went up and got it, though.
Great catch,
yeah,
gotta say.
So we should get the victory kneel here and end this on what's getting to be a really cool night here at Tomato Bowl.
Yeah, here on.
So they're just going to call this one. It looks like. Wait a minute, are they? No, they're bringing
Surely
everybody
they've got
up.
to come out and run a play.
Well, it just looked like they were lining everybody up. I mean, okay, no, they're just getting their defense back out. Okay.
And with a kneel down here, the Wildcats will celebrate their second straight victory as they get ready to head to Texarkana to take on Texas High next week. Jacksonville, of course, will head to Mount Pleasant. And the kneel down there will do it. A final tonight from Tomato Bowl. Whitehouse 28, Jacksonville 14. So a second half that started with promise, Matt, but Jacksonville just not able to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, they just very gutsy third quarter, opening of the third quarter, going down and scoring and letting Whitehouse know that, hey, man, we're not going away. We lost our starting quarterback. You're going to have to play. And, boy, Whitehouse, give them credit. They hit some big plays. Jacksonville tested in the secondary tonight, and, boy, Josh Green made them pay. And as I said earlier, he actually had a couple more he could have scored on too. So there's a lot of promise in this Whitehouse program with that young sophomore quarterback. But on the other hand, Jacksonville, with one game remaining, they can still go out to Mount Pleasant next week and finish this thing out strong. So we'll get head coach Wayne Coleman's comments here in just a few minutes after he talks to his team. We'll do our awards. And, Todd, you can cue up the stats and start anytime you want.
Yeah, and thanks, Matt. We'll bring it back up here. Todd, the post-game stats brought to us by Randy Gorham, CPA, our hometown CPA since 1984. And unfortunately, Todd, the Fighting Indians coming up on the short end of this one. Let's break down the numbers, shall we?
Jacksonville finished the game with 64 plays on offense for 266 yards, with 87 yards passing and 179 yards rushing.
Well, we started to talk about how we thought the running game might be the difference, but unfortunately, even though they end up with a nice chunk of yardage on the ground, Todd, they just couldn't quite put all the phases together.
No, it just didn't quite work tonight. When you're 1 out of 9 on fourth down conversions, yeah, it's pretty telling sign.
That makes it difficult.
So passing tonight, McCowan finished the game 1 completion on 4 attempts and 1 interception. Pinson had 7 completions, 12 attempts, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he had an interception too? Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's right. Rushing, Darian Hinton finished with 14 carries for 107 yards. Pinson had 11 carries for 29. McEwen, 8 carries for 24. Johnson, 3 carries for 12. Mallard, 4 carries for 11 yards. And McCowan had 7 carries for 2. Receiving, Calvin Bryant had the 2 catches late in the game there for 61 yards and 1 touchdown. McEwen had 2 catches for 15 yards and 1 touchdown. Ryan Walker had 2 catches for 14 yards. And Darian Hinton, 1 catch for no yards.
So we're not used to seeing Jacksonville struggle as much as they did in the passing game, but of course McCowan going out with the injury didn't help, but he really struggled a little bit in the first half as well. So unfortunately for Jacksonville, still looking for that offensive balance, Todd.
We did have a lot better night running the ball, but still just didn't get the offensive productivity there. So
as Wayne Coleman continues to talk to his team, let's hand out our awards right now. The bone crusher hit of the game was Dylan Roberts. Dar Chiropractic sponsors the bone crusher hit of the week. Dar Chiropractic, if your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar. JHS class of 84 is your hometown chiropractor. The offensive and defensive players of the game. Offensive player of the game for Jacksonville with 107 yards rushing, Darian Hinton, the senior. The defensive player of the game, junior Devarian Boyd, had the big sack and made lots of nice plays. The play of the game, the 32-yard touchdown reception from Tony Pinson to Calvin Bryant for the score. The play of the game sponsored by Congratulations. Congratulations is your hometown awards and engraving store. We appreciate Congratulations sponsoring the play of the game, as well as Dar Chiropractic and Austin Bank for their awards. We'll get head coach Wayne Coleman, get him to come in here and wrap this thing up as he makes his way over here. Well, Coach, you started off in that third quarter just like you wanted. You went down and scored and just had some breakdowns defensively, and, boy, they popped right back out. Man, you ran the ball a lot better tonight. Darian had 107 yards. His first time this year, Jacksonville, I think, has had somebody over – well, I think Isaiah had early in the year over 100 yards. But things just didn't get hopping when you lost Ryan, and he had to go to Tony, and he did a great job as best he could with as little reps as he's able to get with backing up Ryan.
He did better than we ever thought he could do as far as not having much practice time and then having to go in and run a lot of the passing offense there in the fourth quarter. He, we had a bunch of run game in for him anyway, and he did really well on that. The offensive line probably played their best games, and as far as in their run game, a lot of kids had great games. We just, it's about 5 plays. It's a couple big pass plays they make, and a couple turnovers by us. When you have 2 teams that are pretty even, it's going to come down to just 4 or 5 plays. Take away 2 turnovers and don't give up those 2 big passes. It's going to be a different game.
Yeah, it's 14-7, and you ran more than half of the clock out in the third quarter when they've had their first possession. And, boy, they're a big strike team. Their quarterback actually had a couple of other ones that could have been scores. Threw the ball well for them, the sophomore. And boy, when you're trying to play comeback with a guy that hasn't had many varsity passes, that's tough to do.
It is, but I'm proud of the way the kids just battled all the way to the end. Even that with 2 minutes left, we got a defensive stop, and we were like, okay, let's get a quick touchdown and get an onside kick and see what happens. And we just didn't get it there. We got the big penalty that really pushed us back there and made that last drive hard.
Mount Pleasant next week, Coach, hit the road to trying to finish out strong.
Yeah, and they're really good, so they're going to be a great test for us. It's going to be a great character test for us, and these kids have not quit all year. I don't expect that they will next week.
Coach, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles postgame interview. We appreciate All Smiles Dentistry for sponsoring all of our conversations with Head Coach Wayne Coleman. Aaron, Ryan, Todd, back to you guys up top.
Thanks, Matt. That'll do it for tonight from the historic Tomato Bowl. The final here once again Whitehouse 28 and Jacksonville 14. We'll hit the road one more time in 2021 as the Fighting Indians travel to Mount Pleasant next week to take on the Tigers. Kickoff from Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, scheduled for 7:30. Of course, we'll be live with the countdown to kickoff at 6:45. For Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and our producer Ryan Travis, this is Aaron Swink saying thanks for listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com. Enjoy your Halloween weekend, and we'll see you in Mount Pleasant